ladies and gentlemen, the Dungeons and Dragons. Last we had left off, our wonderful little party of adventurers had encountered some creatures. They had attempted to foil a plan to steal things, unfortunately failed, but they left a little bit of a trail of which the party has followed so far, leading them towards out of the city of Ardalan and in fact towards the town of Gamin. As of this current moment, the party had left, and RIP Donkey 1 and RIP Donkey 2, as well as Cart. Because
It was a sad day.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
You know,
but
the Rhino was like the Spanish Inquisition.
yeah, how so?
Didn't even expect it.
I did not expect it. Did you expect it, Emily?
Can't say that I did.
I didn't either, so there you go.
You know what? Entirely fair. But as all of you kind of took a moment to recover within the forests of Ardalan, the evening fell, the glow of the Fairglow Forest continued onwards, and the night passed by with relatively little issue. If I recall correctly, you guys kind of woke up, and that was where we had left off? Yes?
I believe so. Yes.
Yeah, I think we did like not downtime.
We did
like
watches,
just
but
rest
that was it.
conversation. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you click the short rest thing? Yeah, I remember. Okay.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
That's not what I meant to do. I am going to draw a little circle so you guys have something to refer to when you guys can see where you are. We are going to make this a different color.
You know, you do still have the P thing over in Melagos, right?
Is it there?
Oh, we're in
Yeah.
Melagos. That makes sense.
Oh, you guys are in Melagos. I'll just
Hey, we
draw
went
one.
far, guy.
We teleported.
We traveled so far.
You guys are flying
After-
across the world. Oh my god, boom.
Time to visit my favorite wizard.
Totally forgot.
I love
was
that
there.
guy.
Boom. Hey,
You know,
he-
my parents are with that guy.
Oh
You
god.
know my parents?
Jesus.
I guess they wouldn't they? They definitely know him. That's crazy. Would he know them, though? Entirely different case.
Surely nothing bad happens in Ilthaven.
Hmm.
Sorry.
Hey, you never know.
Yeah, you never know.
History might have been completely changed. Or the events are still going to take place and your knowledge doesn't help you because your character wouldn't
All
know
of them are canon, alright?
it.
Everything that's happened.
Theoretically.
There are no happy endings.
Okay, come on, man. You don't know that. Alright, let's pause this one. Let's put this one on. For a little bit of ambiance, as in the morning, in the early hours of the morning, you guys all kind of wake up to the late fall chill. You glance around and you can see as the sun kind of peeks out over the edges of the forest, the glow that seems to have permeated the entirety of the area seems to kind of almost dull and slowly fade as soon as sunlight touches it. The various locations all around you, which had been a bright kind of glow in the Ender canopy, which was beautiful to look at and honestly gave you a lot more vision in the areas than you probably would have, you realize as it slowly gets darker and darker, and for some reason it seems almost a little bit more ominous during the day than it did at night. But all of you wake up, stiffen, and kind of like, you know, straighten yourselves, stretch, clean up your campsite, and are ready to depart to the city, or sorry, the town of Gamin. Is there anything that you guys would like to do on this day? because you are fairly certain you would arrive within the city, or sorry, town, within the day.
I would take it easy if we had a carriage.
Oh, wonder what happened to that. Oh, what a shame. What a shame. But yeah. Yep. So you guys are just gonna continue onwards.
Yeah.
You do have Syraxis. Reggie does kind of ask you some questions. As you guys are kind of amongst walking, just kind of heading towards Gamine, Reggie pipes up towards you, specifically, Syraxis. Sir, is there gonna be rhinos like that everywhere?
You know, I don't think so. But the fact that there was one here just randomly is quite concerning, if you ask me. Because I think I've never seen a rhino around here, like around these parts, right?
Give me a nature check or a history check.
I mean, they'd be the same thing, no matter what. Yeah, they're -1.
Within the bounds of your knowledge, unfortunately, you are not aware if rhinos are home or can be found regularly within the Fairglow Forest. It's just something that you're not fairly well acquainted with.
Be quite honest, I don't know.
Reggie kind of looks out towards the rest of you. Do any of you know?
Well, Reggie, expect anything and everything. That's the life of an adventure.
Can I do a check to see if I know?
Yeah, certainly. If you're not from the
Like-
region, you can only make a nature check. If you are from the region, you can make a nature or a history check.
I've
Oh,
Oh, I'm
I'm
a
gonna
silly
bother.
McGilly. I have a
Years?
Sorry, too many people talk at the same time. What? Nature check from Zane.
Good.
Unfortunately, you are not aware.
I'm a dumb wizard.
Oh, that's unfortunate. You're not.
Fuck it, if we're allowed to. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, I mean, you can still make one. You might roll higher.
I don't think I will.
You might roll a
But I
natural
can
20.
certainly
It's a 5%
try.
chance, man. 5%
Oh, there's
chance.
such a big chance.
Can I
Dang.
roll with
Big, big.
advantage since I live
Dang.
here?
No. Having lived here would have given you the ability to use history instead of nature.
Okay.
But that's it. Yeah. Okay. So Zane, you have no clue. Like, this is maybe your second time seeing a rhino, and the first time was one that was imprisoned, in like a weird zoo type thing. So you have no idea. Saros, Eclipse, as well as Celesto, the three of you are a little bit more acquainted with animals of this kind of degree, and just kind of being aware of the type of hide and the kind of like build that's got. It seems like it probably wouldn't be native to this region. At the very least to your abilities, very least to your knowledge, because something like that would probably be more at home in like slightly more open areas, grasslands, swamps, probably somewhere like the Umberlands, but definitely not the middle of a forest, because it would take a lot of effort for it to bulldoze down all these trees. Which, as you're kind of looking around, the path that it had kind of bulldozed down through, a lot of the trees they haven't necessarily recovered, but you can see the damage is probably not as extensive as you had thought it was going to be. But Celesto, you are aware of all of that. In addition, you are also aware that animals migrate. They travel to other regions pretty regularly, and the Umberlands to here is not that far off. Though it specifically coming here seems a little strange, though you're not entirely sure why. That's it. Reggie just looks at you guys all expectantly. Actually, make a nature check for Reggie if you could.
Yeah,
Siraxis.
let's go. He's asking his own questions. He might just answer them himself.
And I'm just like,
The unexpected.
I've encountered a handful of odd creatures and monstrosities here, and I can't say I've ever come across that.
Oh, Reggie!
Huge.
Yeah, he basically says, I kind of ask because it doesn't seem like it's normal for this, like, big thing to be in the under canopy.
That is quite odd for it to be all the way here, deep into the Fairglow Forest. Why not indeed?
Well, I mean, I hope there's no other ones. Right, guys?
Why would you say that?
Wait, what? Is it bad to say that?
Yeah, normally those kinds of thoughts you want to keep to yourself.
Oh.
Like a superstition for adventurers,
Exactly.
Sorry.
It's like the same thing if you finish a battle and you just go, hopefully there's no more of them, right? And then,
Or yeah, like, oh,
three more show up.
heavens, no one died, and then
Yeah.
a little Timmy over there just drops dead from, I don't know, exhaustion or
Yeah.
too much peanut butter and jelly consumption.
It's really not a good thing to say those thoughts out loud.
Okay. That's good to know.
Reggie,
Sorry.
if it puts your mind at ease, I've been living in this forest for a number of years, and this is the first one I've seen.
Oh. So it's definitely a little weird, right? Is it?
Yeah, if anything, that's a little bit more disturbing to hear. Because if they're not rare, or if they're not common, then why are they here? Aside from the migrating and all that.
All of you can give me a nature check.
Another one?
A different one, yes.
Oh boy.
Why am I stupid?
Oh, no, Zane! I'm sorry. No, Taraxis!
-1 Unga Bunga brain. Do not
The
compute.
The druid who lives in this forest. Roll the lowest.
Well, it's always funny that it's fun that nature is an intelligence skill and not a wisdom skill.
And then medicine is wisdom instead of int. Make it make sense.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, maybe they should switch it or something. Because as someone who has also hunted for his life, I don't have proficiency in nature, and it's intelligence based, which is funny.
I forgot.
I'm not gonna lie. I thought you were referring to like real life.
No,
I was like, oh, what? Like, I mean, same.
No.
But
yeah.
Sorry, I lived in Florida, where if you try to hunt, usually things are probably hunting you. So,
yeah, fair.
Reggie, no. You know what? I'm gonna try it for Darcy because I want to share this, but I can't if you guys don't roll high.
Hey, whoa, 3 of us rolled a 13, Jake. Come on.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
That's a 39.
Yep.
All right, Darcy, with the brain out. Nope.
Oh, Darcy.
We're all a
That's
little
okay. Well,
stupid
to be
here.
fair,
Can I
It's-
just say, it's so funny that
it's
our
hard to
group
infer.
is smarter this time around, and yet we're failing this nature check.
it's okay. It's fine. It's fine. Oh, I hate holding shit. It's fine. Syraxis and Saros, unfortunately, as you two are kind of pondering this, nothing really comes to mind as to why this might be happening. But for the rest of you, a little bit more knowledgeable, you'd think that if... I'm trying to like... Okay, sorry. Give me a second. Okay. Just thinking about it casually and just kind of with the mention of all of this, you would think that there's probably something strange happening in its normal habitat, which is probably why it escaped.
Mm.
Oh, good heavens!
That is
There's an
all.
apex rhino
I
out
suck.
there somewhere that chased it away.
Hey, might be the case. But yeah. The day continues on. Is there any conversation that you would like to have amongst yourselves with the party, or would you like to just head towards the town of Gamin?
Jake, which direction did the rhino come from? Like on the map?
Uh, on the map, generally, the way that it was coming in slightly like perpendicular to the direction that you guys were traveling, but not significantly. So you guys were heading in a northwestern-ish direction. So you guys were heading towards Gamin, right? And it had essentially come in from the northeast.
From the mountains.
So like, yeah, but the thing is, you would know that even looking through some of the trees, that the mountains are still quite a bit off, like quite a bit off. They're like maybe 6-7 miles at the very least distance away. So there's a big patch of like kind of just forest between you and the mountains and the base of the mountains at the very least. But yeah, generally northeast, north-ish kind of direction.
Hmm.
As you guys are kind of wandering through towards the city of town of Gamin. I keep calling it a city. I'm so sorry. Yes. The town of Gamin. As you guys are kind of just traversing the location, kind of passively pondering things. If I remember correctly, your passive perception is like 20 something, right? Andrew?
23.
Okay, yeah. You would spot various different types of kind of like strange and wonderful animal life, just almost constantly. To the rest of you, it's very difficult to kind of spot and see. Those of you with a little bit higher passive perception would still be able to see some of these animals, but like not nearly as much as someone who has spent so long kind of, perusing the wilds and living amongst it as Eclipse has. But Eclipse, you do see various different kind of animal life just dancing through the trees sometimes, and various different bugs that are scattering throughout the various underfoliage that is available. There's a lot of plants nearby, and you actually do notice something just passively. Here, let me toss that to you. Give me one moment. I just gotta find the entry for it. Specifically, let's see, forest beneficial. You find, actually, do you have proficiency in herbalism kits?
No.
Nature or survival?
Survival.
Okay, excellent. Okay, you find one thing, just kind of inspecting the various different surroundings. Something that is relatively common and can be found, well, basically anywhere. You find a pipeweed bush. It is essentially a medicinal kind of different thing. Let me give you the thing for it.
I love the poo.
Those are English words.
That's like that. I think that's just a Family Guy skit.
Actually, give me a survival check just to see if you know all this information.
Sure thing.
The
That's
DC
a 25.
is okay. I was gonna say the DC is like super low. It was like a 7 DC, but yeah. Okay, here I just put it into the Discord chat, so it's a little bit easier to see. But essentially, what you find is pipeweed.
Beautiful.
If it's
Yeah,
something
I mean,
that you want to work with or pull, feel free.
Yeah, I mean, if it feels like we've got time with all this travel and everything, and I've spotted it, I think I'd try at least to grab whatever I can,
Okay,
just
give
for the
me
future.
give me a survival check. This is putting
Oh
it into the
boy,
chat just so everybody else can
yeah.
see.
DC 15, I'm assuming, or is that just
No,
if
that
I'm
is the
working on
work
it?
DC. To harvest it, the DC
Gotcha.
is actually lower.
Oh, beautiful. Well, that's a natural 20.
Oh my
Oh
goodness.
my
Hey,
god. Well, okay. Sorry, let me go
Turns out
double.
Eclipse had a little bit of a hobby back in his college days. You know?
It's got a little bit of a
College. You think I
hobby.
went to college? That's funny.
Well, college age, like early 20s. Or you can just be
I'm
my
good at
neighbor.
this.
Okay. Let
Early
me
20,
pull
you
this.
say? Yeah, sorry, friend.
Yeah, early 20s. He's totally not in his early 20s right now.
I mean, I'm not, though.
Yeah, I know. But
That's the other cat boy.
close. Yeah, no. With the natural 20, you actually managed to pull quite a significant amount of it. You can gather up to like 4 pounds of the stuff. And these are like leaves and weeds and stuff, so it's like they're really light. So 4 pounds of it is like a big ass. It's like the size of, how do I even describe this? It's like the size of a normal sized pumpkin. That's like 4 pounds worth.
Yeah, I'll absolutely grab all 4 pounds worth then.
Okay,
We should-
you now have 4 pounds of pipeweed. This will literally
Woohoo!
last you months if you dry it.
We should just abandon our adventure and just start a grow up. Just playing Schedule 1 in Jake's world.
Yeah. Unfortunately, pipeweed is legal. One, and
Unfortunately.
yeah. It is
Why
also
wouldn't they ban a gateway drug, Jake? Are these people idiots?
because why would they?
I'm taking the piss. Carry on.
I know.
It's just the start. We're just gonna-
But yeah, as things go, you would know that this kind of like 4 pounds of pipeweed, you could probably dry, refine, and kind of work with it to probably get like, if you wanted to sell it, it could probably go for like 15 to 20 gold.
Okay.
You could also keep it.
He's definitely thinking about the more logistical side of being an adventurer. So if anything, if he wants to, he'd probably, like you said, dry it out, but keep it for the group more or less.
Mhm.
Just in case it's needed in the future.
But yeah, you kind of keep
I
it.
feel like this might really benefit our boy Darcy.
Honestly, it might. It might. It just might.
Hey, do you want a good night's sleep here?
Hey, you never know. It might actually help.
Or, when one of you eventually get hit with PTSD, and I guess we can always use it then, but
But the rest of your travels are relatively uneventful. The various different kind of beasts and bugs typically leaving you guys alone. You make it to the town of Gamine with relatively little issue. As the forest kind of itself begins to thin ever so slightly, you see this mountain pass in front of you. As the coalescence of these mountains, the northern Seldyards and the southern, or technically the Seldyard mountains, kind of coalesce in this one area, you see a singular area where there's just this like kind of wide open mountain pass that almost looks like it's been carved hard into, and you see this very hard vertical cliff here in Gamine, which some of you are familiar with, especially if you had traveled through towards Ardalon from further north. But let me show you guys the entry for Gamine.
I just wanted to point out, this is actually near where I grew up, where I was born.
Oh, why did it
Oh.
go to a different entry?
Gamine is gone.
No, Gamin, why are you gone?
Has been eliminated.
Okay, there's back.
A giant crater.
Sorry.
A
My
meteor
God.
strike as we enter the
Oh
city.
my God. But to either side of these kind of like sheer cliff walls that look like they've almost been moved magically aside to cut a pass through these mountains, you see various different figures kind of carved into the walls. The two largest ones that you see upon the actual walls themselves appears to be a pair of dwarves. One that seems to be a man and the other a woman. They both seem to be holding these kind of like tools and weapons and various different things in their hands, and it looks like they're actually pretty decently taken care of for the most part. Even if the features are kind of slowly starting to go. There's other smaller kind of figures that are carved alongside the actual stones themselves, but none nearly as grand or as beautiful as the ones that are carved of Galim and Silani. If you would like, you can make me a history check. If you don't care, we can move on.
Not even gonna bother.
You know, I was a silly begilly earlier. I actually have a +1 to history.
Ooh, okay.
I know,
Okay.
ladies. Step aside. Yeah.
Damn. It's
Oh
pretty-
my.
Oh my
Yeah,
God,
yeah.
Celeste.
I'm gonna break the cat boy's
these
neck.
cat boys.
Boy.
These cat boys in there, not 20.
Apparently, because you know what? I think you do deserve the century then.
Reggie, get them all.
Reggie pulls out the mall. He says, "What are we doing?" No. This is the wrong one. It should be in this one. I am so sorry. I have so many different entries. Ah, there we go. Configure ownership, and we are going to allow you guys to see this one, and boom, show players. Galim and Silani. You can see that the two figures are above. One of them is holding what appears to be a giant greatsword, while the other one is holding a pair of sickles. And often they are known as the greatest dwarvish smiths of all time. And they were known to be some of the figures that kind of incorporated magic and skill into whatever it was that they did. They are most famously known for having created the Dwarvish Empire, 1, and 2, for creating great dragon slaying weapons, which are known as the Larcanisas. But that's all you get.
Oh yes, my mother. She did some research into this. Told me all about it. Oh, how I miss her.
I wish she told you a lot of other things, but I'm glad that she left some knowledge with you.
Yeah, she apparently just left him with the knowledge of important history events that happened in the far, far past, but not how to take care of himself in the present.
Oh well, I just leave it up to mother. You know how it is. You know how it is.
But as you guys get closer, the two figures kind of loom over tall over the small town, which is honestly composed of maybe like 6 or 7 different buildings, one of which you see is a tavern specifically built for travelers. It looks to be the largest building within this town. There's a general store literally attached to it on the side, and there's a few other nondescript buildings that are off to the side. At this moment, you can see like maybe 2 or 3 people just kind of enjoying this relatively early day. As actually no, it would have been a couple hours after that you guys would get there. It probably would be like 3 or 4 p.m. in the afternoon. By the time you guys got there, the sun is still out. It is a little bit chilly, and the air is kind of crisp. It's not cold by any means, but it is chilly. As you guys kind of approach this area, you can see that the tavern itself is still open. The doors themselves slightly ajar. This din of what sounds like music kind of wafting out from the interior. You see two or three different people. Specifically, you would notice that it's two half-orcs that are currently standing just outside of the tavern. One of them has a great sword strapped to her back, and the other one has like a pair of like short swords at his hips. They just kind of glance at all of you as you walk towards the center of what can only really be described as a town or a village. Collection of buildings? Is there anything that you guys would like to do? Resupply? Or would you like to just continue onwards? I don't know what your final destination would be. If this is your final destination, then, you know.
If we're at Gambin, I'm pretty sure it's a final destination as far as we know.
This is where the clues led us.
Yeah. So if we got places to go afterwards, we'll find them here.
Yeah. Where would you like to start? It's still relatively early afternoon. There's not too many other people around this town square. The only real people that you kind of notice are the two half orcs. You know that the tavern is probably open, given that there is music coming in, out from the interior, but the other buildings are kind of nondescript and not really. They don't look like they're for general travelers to use.
Well, what do you suppose we should do now? I reckon we should start questioning maybe some people.
I hate to say it, but they are, your kind of people, right? So you should, any ideas of where they might meet in a city like this?
Yeah,
Hide out, that sort of thing?
where would your kind of your people of your profession, I don't know,
yeah.
congregate, in such a place like this?
Well, I'll overlook that part, and
I mean, I could have said your kind, but that would have came off really wrong, I suppose.
well,
Is that the wrong thing to say? You have literally introduced this as what your profession is.
Lane's gonna just ignore that and continue.
It's like me being offended at someone making a wide generalization about like all holy men or paladins or soldiers, I can't really get upset at that when I introduce myself as such.
I reckon that it'd have to be spots that are not easily visible from the main road.
Sorry, Zane, give me. Actually, no, never mind. I'll let you handle it. You got this.
No, any alleyways, abandoned buildings, any secluded areas.
Give me a perception check.
All of us or just him?
I mean, he's the one specifically looking for it, but you guys can also help if you want to.
Yeah, sure, fuck it. Why not?
Well, I'd be saying this out loud.
Okay, then yeah, they can definitely help. You can either assist or you can make your own rolls.
I mean, I'm just gonna make my own roll. Bam. Wow, that was a 2. That was unfortunate.
That's okay. It happens.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, the 19. Jeez. Okay, Cyrus. I see you.
-1.
Can I just say I'm super upset? I know you guys can't see it, but I just grabbed the dice and rolled it twice and got 20s both times, and I'm super upset that this just happened.
Oh, well, you know what they say: the 19 is right beside the 1, and the
Well,
2 is
I
right
rolled it.
beside the 20.
Yeah, I rolled it on my 2 and got a nat 20, and then I rolled it on her 19 and got a nat 20, and I was just like, well, there, I'm fucked for the rest of the day, I guess.
Yeah, you never know. But as you kind of go to inspect the areas around Eclipse, unfortunately, you're not really able to pinpoint any like specific locations that you think might be like
I'm not a
shady
ne'er do
or
well.
yeah, yeah, exactly.
I don't know what I'm
Um,
looking for.
you just don't have the prerequisite knowledge to kind of like know what to look for specifically. Zane and Saros, the two of you kind of know a little bit better. Saros just from your personal experience hiding and kind of, tucking yourself away to be not as visible. It's a little bit easier to understand. Both of you know that for the matter of fact here, that there is a few locations that would probably allow for operations such as this, but the chances are of it actually happening inside of town or even nearby, especially given that there's only so few buildings, it's very unlikely. Gameen is actually too small to be able to host any sort of actual organized crime.
Hey, could I try something? Could I cast detect magic? Because I would have assumed that to carry the dragon bones from the crate,
Mm-hmm.
they put into magical storage.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of look at people's magical items to see if they're carrying like a bag of holding or something similar.
Sure. Give me a perception check after you've cast detect magic. Are you casting it with a spell slot or are you ritually casting it?
Ritually.
Okay, so the rest of you watch as Celesta just sits down on the ground and begins to chant from out of his book or out of your book. Like, how do you do your ritual casting?
I do it like I'm calibrating my goggles, so I have to tinker with my goggles for like 10 minutes.
Okay. The rest of you basically watch as he sits down on the ground, brings out a small like tinkering kit, and then like takes off his goggles and just starts like playing with them. While he's doing that,
Okay then.
do the rest of you want to do anything? Oh, actually, Saros, because you rolled the 26. You would realize that there is an area that is actually relatively nearby that you spotted kind of coming into town that might actually allow you to be kind of that fits the kind of criteria of being sneaky, not really wanting to be seen in town or whatnot, and things like that. So
Okay.
you could technically go there. It's essentially like a small platform about like maybe 70 or 80 feet off of the ground on the side of the cliff. You would know that it probably wouldn't be terribly difficult to reach if you had climbing gear. But if you don't have climbing gear, it might be a little bit harder.
That was on our way in.
Yes, and it would actually give a very, very good overview of the entire town of Gameen because it kind of like faces slightly away from the tavern so that not too many of the windows would actually allow them to see that location. And it's so high up that they actually have like essentially eagle eye view, whatever that was,
Mhm. What
of
was that?
the entire town. And it was maybe like 100 or so feet back from the entrance of the town in the direction of Ardalan.
Okay, I would relay that to the group as we're searching for a spot like that.
Okay. Could check it out.
Do you cancel your casting or are you going to keep casting?
I'll keep casting.
If you are moving, you would not be able to keep casting.
Okay, I guess by the time they're outside searching, I'm sitting there. So I guess by the time we all come back together, would you say that's when Saros tells us that?
You know what? Sure, I'll allow it.
Well, while he is tinkering with his little glasses there, I'm going to, because this place is like relatively small. You said, right?
Yes, it's like it is a total of 7 buildings. One of them is the tavern, the other is the general store, and there's like 5 other buildings that look to be residences of some sort.
Okay, then it's not even a town. That's like a mini hamlet. I'm just gonna go inside basically and like
on the side of the road.
yeah, I'm just gonna. It's like a Skyrim town, you know. But I'll
Yeah.
Welcome to Riverwood.
since it's so small actually, and like there's probably no more than like 20 people that actively live here, and it's probably more like all their business is just people crossing in and out.
Mhm.
I'm just gonna
Our
like
business.
kind of walk down to the tavern while they're like up here doing all that, and the general store, and I'm just gonna like I don't know, I'll just go in and ask if they've seen anyone recently.
Yeah, sure.
It's like I know I'm like I'm not from here specifically. I'm from like closer to the lake over there.
Mhm.
But I imagine like whenever I went and joined the military, I had to cross through here. So yeah, I'll just go into the tavern.
So if I can ask, what have I missed?
Not too much. Essentially, you guys had departed from your campsite, and you are now currently in the town of Gamin. They got a little bit of lore, which you can ask them for. Basically, the 2 large kind of statues that are carved into the cliff walls are 2 figures known as Galim and Solani. They were creators of a set of weapons known as the Laconisas weapons. Specifically created for the purpose of dragon slaying. Aside from that,
We also got some good kush, you know. if you
Yes.
feel me.
Oh, you got pipe.
you
You're the one
guys
that
got. It was it was Eclipse that found the pipeweed, but you guys have like
What
4
Eclipse?
pounds of it.
Eclipse
So
have shit. We have 4 fucking pounds of it. Can
You
I
have
have
4
some of
pounds.
that?
Yeah, well, don't worry. We
Taking
said
my
that it might
help.
help you with
Yeah.
sleeping.
It's definitely for you.
As soon as Eclipse shows, I was like, "Well, nothing." And Darcy literally does just start carving a pipe as we're walking around.
Okay, entirely fair. But yeah, who else is following along with Syraxis as he descends into said? Oh my god, Syraxis.
The pipe explodes. He makes a pipe bomb.
No, I sliced my thumb
Wrong.
open, what that is.
Yes, unfortunately, one, you do slice your thumb open, and so you do take 1 point of piercing damage, and additionally, unfortunately, you're gonna have to restart, so you actually waste some wood because you basically broke off the pipe in a location where you weren't supposed to, and you're like, ah, shit. But you're tired, so it's expected. But
Darcy,
also,
why are you bleeding arterial blood out of your thumb? That can't be good.
you're still
Darcy just
I think you're still making these checks at disadvantage because you have 3 levels of exhaustion.
Yeah, I know. It was supposed to be a disadvantage. I don't know
Yeah,
why
it's
I
it's
think
control
because the
for
first one-
disadvantage because we
Well,
switched to the original dice system. So control
right,
is
and
for
it doesn't
disadvantage.
it doesn't do it automatically for whatever reason.
It should if you're rolling for it, you should just be able to roll it
It sh-
automatically on your sheet.
No. It should have done it automatically because I have the 3 levels of exhaustion on my sheet, but it didn't
Oh
do that.
yeah, I didn't.
That's what I
yeah.
was expecting.
Some of the automation features did get removed, so you'll have to do those on your own. But I think it adds more to the game to remember it yourself. But I think it's fine.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I'm gonna try again.
Sure, go for it. But is anybody else
Darcy,
going with Syraxis to the general store / tavern?
Uh,
Yeah, Esther asks why Darcy's thumb is bleeding. Like he just looks up at him with the most tired eyes.
Jesus.
He's got dark circles under his dark circles.
I'm gonna.
Raccoons could learn a lesson from me.
Sorry, what was that saying?
I'm gonna go to the platform or like investigate that.
Okay. So you're going to the platform. Syraxis is going to the general store. Where's everybody else going? Saros, Eclipse, Darcy, Celesta.
Platform.
Saros is also following.
Darcy
along to the
doesn't
platform.
think he should be left alone at this point in time.
You do see Celesto currently sitting on the ground, tinkering with his glasses.
In that case, Darcy's probably going to stay with him for now.
Okay, you sit down beside him.
Because we're definitely not leaving him alone.
Eclipse said he'd be right back, so I'm going to assume that he is standing still currently as well. Reggie is going with you, Syraxis. So let's go with the tavern first. As you guys kind of walk over, you do see the two half orcs. The one with the kind of great sword on her back. She does like tilt her head ever so slightly towards you as you approach. Because both of them are kind of leaning against the front door or like near the front railing of the actual tavern. She has this like long, slick black hair tied up in like a high ponytail along the back of her head, and the rest of it is just kind of like shaved with these like harsh tattoos all over her entire face, and these two like small tusks that kind of protrude out the side of her mouth. Well muscled, and honestly probably wearing a lot less than she should be in this kind of weather. But she kind of looks towards you as you approach. Hey, stranger.
Yes, hello. We are passing through, and we're actually trying to find someone. We're on a bit of a search.
Okay, who are you?
My name is Syraxis Roseward.
You're the Roseward's pet.
I don't say anything in regards, but there is like a very low huff that Reggie would probably hear as I say, yes.
You say yes? Okay. Oh. I did not expect you to agree to that. You hear the other orc kind of half orc pipe up. He admits to being a pet. That's funny. You know what? I'll take you in straight. You are Syraxis Roseward, yes?
Yes, if there is another one, I'd be mildly concerned.
So would we. But my current concern is, why are you here?
Well, as mentioned, we are hot on the trail of someone who has committed several crimes against our city and specifically my family.
Crimes against your family.
Among other things.
You would think that we would hear about things like this, yes? We are out here in Kamin. It's a little shithole.
It is also relatively recently, and
Hmm.
at the moment, it's not gotten to the point where it's news isn't needed to spread.
You see, she kind of like starts. She stops leaning on the wall, and you can see that as she starts to just like casually stroll over with her arms crossed in front of her, like she's got this almost like shit-eating grin on her face. But how tall are you again?
Let me look.
Over 7 feet. I don't know that much.
Yeah, I don't think it's over 7 feet, but let me check. It might actually be. Can't remember what the average height for a dragonborn is.
Aren't you like 6'9" or 6'9"?
I'm 6'11", so I'm basically 7 feet.
Okay, because she's like 6'6", and
Yeah.
she's walking over. She is looking up ever so slightly, but you can see like her ponytail
Yeah, I'm a
is
bit
tied.
taller for a dragonborn. They're not usually this tall.
Her ponytail is like tied so high that the top of her ponytail is almost like eye level with you. But her herself is only probably about like 6'6". As she's kind of walking over, she stops maybe 5-6 feet in front of you. Lord Roseward.
Syraxis will suffice.
Oh, no, 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 no. I would never shame the Lord of the Rosewards. No, 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 no. That just won't do, right? And she kind of looks back. Actually, no. She would look towards the little short boy beside you, towards Reggie. We wouldn't want to disrespect Lord Roseward, right? Look at him. He's so tall and posing. Quite something for people to know that they have wronged your family and perhaps even gotten away with it. One minute. She starts kind of doing like small circles around you, and you can see that Reggie is currently like looking at you, not really sure what to do.
Can I do an insight check on her?
Yeah, certainly. What are you trying to determine?
More just like I guess partially like intent, but also just seeing if there's any underlying, I guess, emotions in regard to the fact that I kind of doxed myself.
Go for it. Throw me an
Not
insight
that
check.
not that he cares, but oh my goodness.
So, from the best that you can tell, one, this is not information that she's gotten before. She genuinely seemed quite surprised when you kind of like said a lot of this stuff, and she probably believes you for the most part. At this current moment, from the type of personality that's been kind of shown and just information that you've gotten and how she said things, she probably wants something to keep quiet about all of this. Because it could potentially do reputational damage, potentially, if she was to spread the wrong rumor. And that's what she's implying at this moment.
I kind of like raise an eyebrow. What do you want?
I'm a simple mercenary, what every mercenary wants. We're here for protection. But what we really want is a bit of entertainment, or alternatively, the second best. She kind of rubs her fingers together in the indication of coin. Plus, you might have information that could be helpful to you. Lord Saraxis. She does like a very, very deep bow. Surprisingly flexible as her hair literally touches the ground before coming back up. Mm-hmm.
I suppose we could work out an agreement.
And what is it that you are proposing?
Well, I guess suppose it depends on the information that you might be providing.
Let's just say that we keep an eye out for people, for things. You are looking for someone, right? Perhaps we could help. For the right price. She kind of walks back to the front of the tavern, leans back on it. You can see the man look the male orc is like the male half orc is like so unamused. He looks bored as hell. And like only one eye is like really trying to keep track of you, while the other one is almost like lazily in its eye socket, just like kind of like floating off to the side. Completely bald, also probably wearing significantly less than he should be in this kind of weather, but he seems taller than her and just kind of just as intimidating. What do you have for us?
at the moment, I myself do not have much, but my entourage, they keep the money. I'm sure you can understand it would be somewhat foolish to send someone like myself into a place like this with all the money.
You see the man kind of sigh.
I'm about to get mugged because of you now.
He stands up properly, kind of pats himself off. Look, you know what? Beat me in a duel. And the shit's yours. Oh, come on. We can do better than that. Duel! I want to fight something.
What does he have on him?
He has 2 short swords. And he looks like he's not wearing any armor.
I kind of like look at him. Is there like a check I could do to like size him up?
You can certainly try. Give me an
Like I
insight
know,
check.
I know like Battle Master at like level 7 or so gets like an ability to quite literally do that.
Unfortunately, not level 7 yet, but you can try.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, it's pretty good. Okay.
It's like the one skill outside of athletics I'm actually decent at.
You can see that he's some sort of either fighter or barbarian. He's got martial prowess for sure, but you're not entirely sure what kind of martial prowess he might have. He's good. He knows what he's doing. He's confident at the very least in his abilities. But honestly, he's hard to gauge.
All right. I'll after kind of like sizing him up for a moment. You know what? Sure.
Excellent. He kind of like he does he's like hits his hand against his other hand and just clenches his fists, stretches and walks towards the center of the square. Weapons or no weapons, your choice.
I'll go with weapons. I'll just kind of glance over to Reggie as I'll kind of motion with my head to like up to where the group is, and I'll just say,
Reggie is like, he is like super pale. He's like, oh, sir, are you sure about this?
yes, just get the others, have them come by, and then I'll kind of lean in and just like put a hand on his shoulder, and then like kind of point and just say, but do make sure to remind them that this is to be an honorable duel. I do not want any interference from any of them. I merely want them here to ensure that I do not get ganked.
Oh, don't worry. I have no intention of participating. Just here to watch. But yeah. Reggie kind of runs off to the rest of you. Sir Syraxis is gonna fight the half-orc in the town square.
Why?
I didn't really understand. He just is.
Yeah, that's. We should go back before something happens.
I don't think it's like a bad thing. I think I don't know. I'm a little confused. But yeah.
Well, yeah, we should go back.
Yeah, the second I heard that, I'll probably just run off to the town square.
I mean, it's not that far away. It's like maybe 20, 30 feet away. You just run over, you look. You probably even overheard some of this conversation, and you just see this like really burly, kind of like strong orcish man, half orcish man, standing in the middle of the square, facing Syraxis.
I'm basically just standing there, like straight and with my sword basically partially embedded in the ground with both hands on the very top of the pommel.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, give me one moment. I just need to adjust some things. I think I'm gonna.
He's giving them 3 levels of badass to I can pull it
No,
through.
no, no, no. He doesn't need 3 levels of badass. He already has them.
Yeah, well, I have 4.
Oh, okay. Say less. All right.
I didn't tell you, I'm just altered into badass, not fighter or whatever the hell pussy shit I said originally.
Professional badass.
Now, I will ask Jake, just as like a clarification point.
Mm-hmm.
I don't imagine that Smite can be non-lethal.
Smite cannot be non-lethal.
And I also assume that if I reduce this guy to 0 with something like that, he just fucking dies.
If you reduce him to specifically 0, I will say...
Well, below 0, but...
Yeah. If you reduce him to 0 or below, with an attack that you are putting, like, actual explosive force under that you can't fully control, as in, like, a smite or a spell, he will probably die.
Okay,
If
well,
you
I
are
hope
just
I don't
hitting him...
one-shot him then.
Yeah, if you are hitting him, I'm assuming you are not trying to kill him, unless you tell me you are trying to kill him.
Yeah, no, I was going to also specify just from the start that it's all going to be non-lethal. I was just more curious about the smite because I have the opportunity to do something really funny.
Yeah? I hope you don't do it. I'm just kidding. I want you to do whatever it is that you want to do, because that sounds like fun. Just know that, he will probably be doing the same. I hope that... Kitty! What are you doing? Oh my god. Alright, cat just almost knocked over my entire bottle.
I'm going to do to him what China did to Pearl Harbor.
Jesus. China didn't do anything to Pearl Harbor.
Oh, nothing.
I was just gonna say, like, wait
What?
a second.
It's an old League video.
Oh, okay.
They used to take chat logs from the Tribunal and would voice act as the characters as them. And there was one for Randus where he, at the start of the game, he says, "I'm gonna do to them what China did to Pearl Harbor."
Oh, I see. Interesting. Where is this? Oh my god, I keep forgetting this fucking... Wait, is this not... I thought... Oh, wait, I might be kind of dumb.
We
Uh-oh.
all know that.
Oh, thanks, Kay. I'm gonna kill you next. You mean what?
Whoa.
Hey, his character, right?
Right?
Yeah!
Right?
Yeah! Yeah. Yeah.
Well, are we all standing in a circle and we're like, fight, fight, fight.
Up to you. If you guys want to do that. Where is this? Where is it? Where is it? There it is. Okay. Oh no. Okay. All right. As the two of you kind of face off against one another, uh the rest of you kind of arrive at the actual town square itself, save for the people who actually headed to the cliff, which I believe would be Zane, Saros.
Yeah.
So the two of you
Wait,
are
no,
sitting.
wait. Didn't Reggie come back?
Yeah, but
Tell us.
but you were like 100 and like more than 100 feet away.
Oh, okay.
Like you wouldn't have been able to hear him because like the others were at the edge of like the small square, so they would have been very easily been within earshot, and like you could have grabbed them really quickly. But he probably was worried and ran back after that. Like he wouldn't have gone all the way to find Saros and Zane.
Okay, I thought he like ran all the way back to us. So I'm like,
No. But as you guys are kind of chilling near the base of this cliff, about to climb it, the rest of you wander back towards the actual square and watch this kind of like massive, like 6'9" half-orc gentleman pull out these two short swords. One of which you kind of glance towards it, you realized it's less an actual short sword, and it's more like, how do I even describe this? It's like a baton, but it looks like it's made of stone. Because that thing looks significantly heavier than the short sword he's wielding in his other hand.
Interesting.
As he kind of gets ready. Ready?
I'll just kind of nod and pull the weapon from the dirt and just kind of hold on to it.
He kind of like draws. Sorry, I'm just like hearing the laughing coming from Case.
Yeah.
Kill that drunk.
Whoa.
Wild.
First of all, roll me initiative.
Sure. I don't imagine there's going to be a map for this.
No, you guys are
Well,
literally
your
standing
tokens are
in front of
literally
him.
off to the side. You're in the ocean.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
you
I
guys
was about
are
to
in
say
the
because I didn't
ocean
know
right
if I could.
The
That
people in Ardalon are now watching two giants fight on the horizon.
Pacific Rim.
Well, I go first no matter what.
Oh.
Yep.
Jesus Christ. Is that a nat 20? No, that's not. Okay.
No, no, I have a +5. Alert.
Oh. Okay. Yeah. Well, you are the first to act. Let me switch the music up. Give me a moment.
I assume that he's within 30 feet of me, right?
Oh, he is standing like 15 feet away from you. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I didn't know if he was gonna like do a funny and be like, "Oh, I'm 40 feet away from you, and on your first turn, you cannot do anything."
No.
But yeah, no. With that, then as we both begin to move, I'll very quickly, because I have mentioned it before. Whenever like Thraxus is not in like an active combat scenario, he kind of doesn't carry himself all too seriously.
Mm-hmm.
Outside of like when he's actually talking seriously, in which case he'll stand up straight. But like the moment we begin to move, I suddenly just like kind of rush up to him, take the greatsword. I'm just going to swing down at him, and given that he has no armor, I fear he might be barbarian or have barbarian levels. So I'm gonna great weapon master,
Oh, okay. Go for it.
and I'm just going to lay down the hate. Or not really hate because there's no malice here, but 18.
18 hits. For
All right,
22
so that's
points of damage.
22
Sheesh.
slashing.
Okay. Yeah, that is 22 points of slashing damage.
Has this guy raged already?
He
No,
has not,
Trista.
unfortunately.
Oh,
going
poor
second.
bitch. Poor bitch.
The token is
Yep.
on him, but he's not supposed to have raged already.
Gotcha. Yeah, no, with that, I'll just immediately action surge and do it again.
Oh shit! Okay, yeah, go for it.
Try and lay out as much damage as possible before he does the big re. That's fine. I'll heroic inspiration that to turn it into a nat 20.
You're gonna heroic inspiration that?
Dude, are you serious?
Okay,
Yeah.
just double checking. You are
Fuck.
not trying to kill him, right?
No, I'm not trying to kill him. Non-lethal.
Okay, roll me crit damage for that.
A non-lethal crit.
Because that's not crit damage. You'd have to roll damage again.
Yeah, no. Do I just hit the ×2 thing?
No,
or
no,
is
no.
that gonna
If you
multiply
hover
it by
over the
2?
20, there's a set of dice right beside it. Like the actual
Yeah.
damage. You could just click that and it'll roll crit damage for you.
Oh.
In the chat itself. Do you see it?
No, not. I see the ×2 thing. It says like apply ×2.
No, like in the actual like
the actual number
20
itself. Like if you hover over the 20, like the value itself.
similar to how there's the arrow.
Oh,
on the
okay, yeah, I
side for
see
the-
it now.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Well, there we go.
Yep.
Well, he's not down, but he is bloody.
Damn.
And then on
Yeah.
top of that crit, I'm going to do a Battle Master maneuver,
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Ooh.
and I'm going to do the intimidation one. Let me find it.
I gotta know what that does.
Yep, tossing it. So he has to do a Wisdom save, and he takes an additional 2d8 because it's a crit.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
Not a lot of damage, not big damage, but 8 bonus
He's at
damage.
60.
And he has to make a Wisdom save or be frightened by me until the end of my next turn.
Jesus Christ.
Okay.
Oh, he's only get the clear leather.
Spiders, spiders,
18.
spiders.
Yeah, he's fine.
That's pretty good.
But yeah, no, I rush up to him, and probably speed that was not expected at all. I will just kind of dart up and immediately swing upwards, slashing across him, and then with that, with the actual crit, I'll basically swing back down into like he doesn't have armor, so this is just pain. So I'm just gonna have to hope I don't accidentally vivisect him. But basically run the blade along like his shoulder and just drag it down
Yep.
back to me.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And then, like as I do, I just basically take my left, or no, because I'm left-handed. I'll take my right hand and just like basically as part of the intimidation aspect of that ability, I'll just bang my chest plate twice, and then that will be it. Because I don't think I can do anything as a bonus action.
No, I think that is your turn. I did this wrong. Sorry. Wait, why is his health? Why is it green again? That's not supposed to happen.
Well, he took 60 damage exactly.
You took exactly 60 damage off of him. He is bloodied, mind you. Like, he looks like shit. But
I imagine anyone would with that.
he has this, like, shit-eating grin on his face as it gets to his turn. Sorry, I'm just going to begin this combat, and then I'm going to move this to his. As you see him, like, almost, like, to the verge of staggering onto one knee, you see him, like... as he just begins to laugh almost maniacally. You can see that he begins a rage. He is going to use his rage. As expected. He turns this on. It is going to boop that into there, boop that into there. That's a bonus action to use a rage. I can't remember. Do you guys remember if I allowed an action surge to give you a second bonus action?
I don't believe it can.
I
Well,
can't
it was
remember.
either or.
I'm
I
pretty
think
sure it was either or.
That it's stupid, and you should get a bonus action. And this applies to you too, Sir Axis, and anybody
so
else.
when it's convenient for you.
Oh, it is.
I mean, I don't have anything to do
Hey,
bonus actions for at the moment. So.
You can. This is on record. You guys can and should use this in the future if you are a fighter.
I know. I'm fucking with you.
I will take you to Dungeon Court if you.
Also,
I would-
Andrew, where's my 60 damage on the damage chart?
Oh, sorry, friend.
This is true. He did get the 60 damage. That was pretty fucking insane.
Let the record show that I did 60 damage to this man.
Thank God I gave him an actual amount of HP that's not fucking dog. But he kind of like, as you are directly in front of him, he swings the heavier of his short swords, which is essentially like a cudgel. So like a fucking bludgeoning type weapon. He is going to use specifically a Great Weapon Master Frenzied attack. So it is with advantage.
I don't know what
against
the fuck
you.
that means. So.
That's a nat.
Oh.
No, that's not a nat 20.
No, it's not a nat 20.
Ah, it's just it's
so that
green because
would-
it shows it hits.
That would hit, but unfortunately for him, I'm going to use my reaction to cast this.
Shield. Is it shield? It's shield, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm checking because I can't remember if this is a per short rest or long rest. I think it's short rest. It says short rest, so I'm just gonna do that because that makes me feel a lot better about using it.
Which item is this associated with? I can't remember.
Yeah, it's not an item. It's my dragon mark feat.
Oh, right. Yes.
The
yes.
wife gave me an arcane like tattoo or sigil or whatever. That is
Once per day.
basically how it's reflavored.
Um,
So because I never used it, basically like kind of just a like a reddish purple barrier, basically sprouts or well, not really sprouts, but like emerges around me and just bounces the attack off as I just say no.
oh, his proficiency should be one higher. Oops. But I don't think a 21 would hit either, right?
And it would make my AC 24 at the moment.
Jesus. Okay, well, he's gonna swing again because he has 2 attacks at level 5. That misses. Okay. Well, he's gonna action surge. And in his action surge, he's actually gonna use Second Wind. Oh, it shouldn't be healing you, but
I mean, I was at max, so it does nothing.
he heals for...
You imbecile! You healed me, you buffoon! You must be new to this little fighter thing.
That number's not right. Why is it only a +2? It should be a +6. Okay. Oops. There's another 4 on top of that. Sorry.
Wait, he's a level 6 fighter?
No. But his level specifically. Is it specifically only your fighter level? Oh shit, it's only fighter
fighter
level.
level.
Fighter level.
If it's only fighter level, then the +2 is correct. So let's take
Okay.
those 2 off. Let's take that 4 off. Okay. I thought it was his total
Okay, so
level.
he's
Yeah,
just multi-classed, not Gestalt.
Yes. Yeah, he's gonna swing twice more. He's got
Yep.
an action surge. I think
that will miss.
I think that misses.
That'll miss.
Okay. Yeah, the rest of you watch as he just like swing, and all 4 of the hits slam into this kind of protective shield, this protective dome that Syraxis has kind of erected in front of him, which would have been unfortunate because 3 of those would have hit without it. Oh. No, he can't do that anymore. Okay. That's the end of his turn. He can't do anything else.
Alright, I'm going to use my action to obviously attack him.
Go for it.
No Great Weapon Master, just a straight roll. Did he Reckless there?
He did, so you have advantage.
It's that shift, right? To the
Yeah.
advantage.
18. That hits.
Alright, and then I'm going to do another Battle Master maneuver to do a disarming strike.
Ooh.
Specifically disarming whatever the hell that weird baton thing is.
Okay.
I will say, Jake, he does have advantage. 'cause
You're
he's
right. He
raging.
does have advantage.
Yep.
Fuck!
Oh, doesn't matter.
Jeez.
I rolled a 2 and a 4.
That's
And
unfortunate.
so he takes 8 damage plus another D8.
Mm-hmm.
At 7.
Mm-hmm.
So a total of 15, but he's raging, so half down to
Reduced
7,
to
I
7.
imagine.
Yeah.
As
So
I
he's back
basically
to the 60.
yeah, as I basically like you said it's like just a giant baton thing, right? And I assume he's holding it with 2 hands.
No, it's just with one hand.
Alrighty then, yeah, I'm just going to. I don't like the look of that thing, so I specifically like, without swinging the entire blade itself, I basically like kind of push the middle part that's right in front of the. Because it's with this type of greatsword, there's like a secondary like handguard that's kind of out front a little bit.
Yep.
So I basically use that part because I imagine the like sides of it are sharp, and I basically just use that and like jab it into his forearm and then twist it slightly. And then as like he drops the weapon, I get a object interaction, right?
Yes, you do.
I mean, I also have a bonus actions, but yeah, I'll just grab it,
Okay. But
and then
you would
as
no
I
longer
look
be,
at it,
you wouldn't,
because
as you try and pick it up, you realize this thing is like 40 pounds.
wow,
But it looks and has the shape of a short sword. Like, it takes you a solid half second to get it off of the ground because you're like, what the fuck?
yeah, I just kind of like do a double take at it, like what?
Yeah.
And then as I like pick it up, because obviously I have a two-handed weapon, I will just
You will actually have
I'll
to
just-
use both hands for this to pick it up.
oh.
You could still
This dude
swing
was
it.
using one hand for that shit.
Yep.
That shit's magic as hell.
As you turn around, Celesto, you do see that the cudgel is indeed magical.
Ooh, magic.
And I don't imagine I could like kick it. Like I imagine it's too heavy.
I don't think you would want to try.
Okay. Well, then in that case,
Could,
I will, because there's not really. I mean, I was hoping I could just throw it, because otherwise, this arming strike is pretty shit. I will just, I guess, I don't know if it'll matter at all, mechanically speaking, but I will at least like step on it
Okay, yeah, sure.
and just put my weight under it. So like, I don't know if that will do anything, but that's basically gonna be it. Let me see if I have any bonus action shit. I don't think I do at the moment.
Well,
I
given
do
your full
not,
health,
so that
probably
will-
not.
And that will be it, I fear.
Okay. It is now his
You
turn.
still got a second attack, don't you?
No, he doesn't.
No,
He's not
I'm level
five.
4.
You guys are level 4.
Oh, right. I forgot about that.
He is going to use his first attack in an attempt to shove you. Give me a contested athletics check. He has advantage because he is raging. That's a 24.
Ooh.
That's a 15. He shoves you back 5 feet, walks into your space, and picks it up as if it weighed next to nothing.
I
He's
just
gonna
kind of
swing
like grin. Impressive. Yep. And then
Yeah.
he swings. That will hit.
That will hit. Excellent.
For 10.
As it just slams into you, sorry, there should be a +1 on there. It should be
Oh, so
1d6
minus
plus
extra
4
1.
plus 2 plus 1. So it should be 11 damage, not 10. Yeah, sorry.
Yep, I marked it.
But yeah, as it slams into you, you can see that for a brief moment you think he's gonna stop before you realize he's actually not, because he has entered a frenzied rage, and
Yep.
will swing again,
That will just hit my AC.
and that is 13. That one is 12 damage because the short sword he has in his other hand is
Okay.
not magical. Oh wait, no,
Yeah,
sorry,
gotcha.
frenzied. He can use his main weapon to attack. He would use his main weapon, so it would be
Yeah.
+1.
Okay,
it'd be
so
a
it's
13,
an
sorry.
extra -1. Okay.
Yeah, an extra damage, yes. That's the end of his turn.
All right. Well, I'll bonus action to second win.
Mhm.
Wow, that was a
Ooh.
kiss. And then I'll just swing at him.
Go for it. 17 hits. 10 points of damage, reduced to 5.
And- Yep. And then I'll do
Yee.
the same thing. I
That's
will
rough. He looks real rough.
use one of my maneuvers because I have like 30 of them.
Mhm.
How many actually do I have? I think I get 4, and then I have the fighting style, so I actually have 5.
Mhm.
So I've used 2, so yeah, this is my third. I'll do the I'll do another disarming
Okay, go for it. And you're
for an
going for
extra
the
D8.
for the same weapon?
Yep, same weapon for another 7. half down the 3, I guess.
That's a 24.
Yep, he's fine. He holds on to it.
Yeah, this time as you slam into his arm and you try and disarm the weapon with your sword again, this time he manages to hold on to it. As it slams into the ground, you can see the thing's weight almost like shift as soon as he brings it up to swing at you again. He's going to swing at you again, recklessly, again.
Yep.
And this time it will be with Great Weapon Master. So it's a -5 to hit. That is a miss. That is a 7 to hit.
Real quick question.
What's up?
So did he swing recklessly his last turn?
Oh, yes, he did. So you actually would have had an
Andy, you
advantage.
didn't. Yeah, you didn't roll with advantage.
The
Oh, for
17.
your last one.
Yeah. 25? I don't
it's
think that
just
changes.
25.
Okay. I figured I'd say something.
No,
just
sorry.
in
Yes,
case.
you were right. You're right. Yeah.
Which actually I did mean to ask. Because I technically nat 20 with the inspiration, does
Ooh.
that trigger my the thing for Reggie where I get the inspiration from him?
Yes, you do.
Okay,
Yeah, you do.
carry on. That won't come up, I'm sure.
Oh, I'm sure. Sorry, that was his first attack, right? Yes.
Yes,
And he's going to swing twice more.
reckless as well.
18. Yep. Those. Well,
that'll
reckless
miss.
applies to his entire turn.
Well,
Um,
I thought you meant, for whatever reason in my mind when you said reckless, I thought you were meaning like the Great Weapon Master.
Oh no.
-5
So
thing.
his second and last one, he's not using Great Weapon Master.
Gotcha. Okay.
Oh, that one.
That-
Ooh,
ooh,
that's
that's
a
not
natural
20.
20. No, I should have used Great Weapon. It's fine. That's
Damn
13.
shame.
That's 14
I
now.
think
Sorry.
a short sword is viable for Great Weapon Master.
It's
Yeah,
his
no, it's-
specific weapon that is.
Yeah, he's using a different weapon, I think.
Yeah, that is unfortunate. But sorry, no, that is fortunate for him. That is the end of his turn. And you can see the cuts you've made across him is like bleeding, not incredibly profusely. They are still definitely deep wounds, but across his entire face is just plastered this like wide, almost Joker-like grin. His eyes are almost like slightly ever so glazed over, but you can see that there's this deadly focus behind them.
Shit, that's all you had to say. I'm gonna Great Weapon Master attack him.
Go for it. You have advantage.
I do.
That is a 17 that hits. For
25, and I'll do
against the
another
clown.
Battle Master maneuver.
Okay, go for it.
To this time, I will do menacing attack, so I'll do the intimidation thing. He still takes an extra D8.
Mhm. That's a
Um,
9. He's actually fighting this time.
for an extra 6. That's actually 31 total, half down to 15.
Oh, Jesus Christ. As you actually hit him like this. Oh, actually, no. Sorry, he's still up. Sorry. Damn. That's crazy.
It's all fun and games until I do the chromatic breath weapon just to guarantee his ass down.
That's fucked up.
And dead.
That's fucked up. This is just like a fun duel, man. Oh, wait! I'm so sorry. I forgot savage attacks on one of his on the crit he rolled. Right? Does that count? When you score a critical hit with a melee weapon attack, you can roll one of the weapon's damage dice one additional time and add it to the extra damage of the critical hit. Yeah,
I guess.
Yeah.
There should be another d6 on that. 3.
Ow.
Oops. Is it his turn now?
I'd assume so. I don't have anything as a bonus action that I can
Okay.
do, I don't think, looking at everything.
As you can
Yeah.
see him like just standing there, just like this blood kind of pooling around his legs. You see he kind of like I'm gonna give him a wisdom save.
Which he did fail the wisdom save, so
Yes.
I have to
So
ask,
he is
Jake,
afraid.
what
What's up?
level barbarian is he?
He's a level 4 barbarian.
Oh, okay. 2 more levels and the frighten wouldn't have affected him. That's why I was asking.
Yeah, unfortunately. Unfortunately. But he swings again.
Yep, straight roll.
Yeah. Oh, wait, no, sorry. He's level 5 barbarian, not level 4 barbarian. But yes,
I mean, that still doesn't matter.
still the same. Yeah. He is going to reckless again, but because of the frightened,
Cool.
it is just a straight flat roll. That is a 12. I think that misses, and he swings again.
Yeah,
That's a 13.
Yep.
My brother in Christ,
Is he gonna get a 14?
Oh, you know what? Fuck it. Oh my god!
Oh.
Hey, that's a little bit more than 14.
Ouchie,
so that is
ouch.
10 plus another d6. That is another 1. So
One.
11 total.
All right. And then it, I guess, goes back to me.
And it goes back to you.
Yep. And I'll just kind of lunge forward and try and take him down with a standard attack.
Go for it.
Actually, do I dare?
Smite him.
Don't
smite
smite him.
Don't smite him.
That sounds like an awful idea. No, I'm just gonna do a normal attack.
Okay, go for it.
At advantage, 27.
Oh, that hits. As you
Uh.
swing into him, this cut dealing straight damage as much as you expected, and for a brief moment you could see his eyes go white. He falls to one knee before this surge of strength seems to return to him as his eyes focus once more. He has used his half-orc feature.
Relentless endurance.
Oh yeah, if he had that, I should have just nuked his ass originally, because he could have just done that,
Yeah, but you didn't.
and
know
I
that.
wዚህ have had. Yeah, I know. I should have just obliterated his ass and sent him into the ranch dimension.
Yeah. Get around.
Oh my god.
Well, regardless, I'm gonna do another menacing attack. On
I
top
think-
of that, not that the damage matters.
Yeah,
but
because I think that applies as a part of the silver.
yeah, it applies to
It
part of
would.
it. I just wanna spook his ass again.
Go for it.
Menacing attack. Where is it? I'll just roll the damage for the
Oof.
meme. 6.
Okay, yeah, but he is currently at 1 HP, and it is his turn.
Uh-oh.
He is going to swing 3 times. As was ordained by the martial gods.
That'll hit.
26 for 11 points of damage. That is a 21 for 13 points of damage. And he's not trying to kill you, but oh, it misses!
Oh,
Jesus
dang.
fucking Christ.
Holy fuck.
Oh, it misses. That's the end
Yep,
of his turn.
and then
He
it
can't do
goes.
anything.
Yep.
He can
Oh,
use
my
his
little-
heroic
He doesn't have
Oh.
one!
Omae wo mo shinderu.
Okay.
Yeah. As your Zweihander
Right,
slams
wow.
into his forehead, you can see his eyes actually go white this time.
Yeah, I basically see that he's almost out of it. I spin the blade around so like the actual blade is behind me, and then I'll basically jab the pommel into his head to just knock him out. But like the moment I see him begin to actually fall back, I'll drop the weapon, and then I guess just because I have it, fuck it, bonus action, I'll just move to basically catch him.
And you do so valiantly, wonderfully, and beautifully. That was excellently done.
Raise your
By
health
the
out,
way,
Randy.
I was about to say, for the uninitiated, if he'd have hit me there, he would have more than likely. I think he would have downed me. I had 4 hit points.
Oh
Damn.
Yeah, if he had hit you, you'd have been down.
How much I got another question, Andy. How many hit dice do you have?
I have enough. Well, I have 2, and I have 20 lay on hand. Or no, I don't. Never mind. I'll be fine.
I think you used your lay on hands, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, it shows it on my resource bar that I used it, but on my in the actual character sheet, for some reason, it
Oh, it's because
yeah.
those two aren't
It did
linked. The favorites page and the abilities page is not linked.
But it's fine. I am a fighter. I can. I have a funny little infinite healing hack.
This is true every short rest.
Don't tell. Yeah, I was about to say, don't tell the D&D overlords. DMs hate me as a
literally-
trick.
Literally, that's what I've been doing too. I got key points and
Yep.
I just use it for healing. So like, I get it, my guy.
Yeah, no, I have 2 hit die at the moment, so like in theory I can get back. I'm sure.
Well, let's hope
Close
the
to half.
psychopath who wants to murder you isn't in town.
Yeah, well, let's also hope that he's like at least 2 days away. That'd be really convenient. Carry on, Jake.
Yeah, we gotta get back to fucking Arnalon before
Well,
I also have a healing potion, so I think I'll be fine.
You guys did buy some healing potions. This is true.
There's
I
actually a
do
general
have a-
store here. We need to get a healing kit.
I have a healer's kit. I have 2 healer's
Oh.
kits.
Pepe Pog, come
Very
come
nice.
heal me, baby,
Um,
please.
That's not
Yeah,
how
carry
that
on.
works because I
He doesn't
don't have
have
a
a
healer.
healer.
I don't have the
He
healer
doesn't have
feat.
feet, yeah.
Oh,
Um,
I'm
but-
gonna take it later. Don't worry.
but
My God.
yeah, as soon as this battle kind of concludes, you can see the female orc just slowly start clapping. That is the first time I've seen someone knock Garel unconscious. And I'm going to be honest, that was absolute cinema. She's got both of her hands raised.
What is cinema?
Yeah,
What is cinema?
Are
That was
movies
absolute
thing?
theater.
There we go.
well, I'm glad that I could be the first, I suppose. Does anyone? He'll be fine, I think. I'll like just
don't worry, he'll be
casually
fine.
look around.
She kind of walks over. You see her like open a potion of healing and just dump it in his mouth. So he's gonna get.
I'll kind of step back,
2d4 plus.
pick up my sword, and like clean it off a little bit, and then put it back in its the scabbard.
Yeah, you see he kind of like wakes up with a jolt. That was exhilarating. Yes. He kind of stands up, bolts upright completely, and you can see like there's still a lot of blood like spilling out of his chest and everything, but he like comes up to you, grabs your hand. Thank you. Anything that you want, except for my life. I am happy to give. That was the most entertainment that we've properly had in so long, right, Lara? And she kind of looks at him. Yeah, no, he is right. This town is tiny, and half of the mercenaries that come through here are piss. Really, they're just so worthless.
I must commend you. That was also a very exciting battle. I can't say I've ever been that concerned of actually losing a fight or a duel outside of 2 other people. So, congrats. Because there was a moment there I thought that I might have made a mild mistake or miscalculation.
You've done well, honestly. Like, genuinely. I've never seen Garel unconscious on the floor before. Unless you count sleeping. But, good work. That was entertaining, and you've proven to me very much that you have a warrior's spirit. You go recover. And she kind of points towards Garel, and he's like, you know what? Probably a good idea. I can start. All the adrenaline is starting to fade. I can feel it now. Oh.
Yeah, if I had the ability to heal you, I would, but I fear that I'm drained on that.
You've done well. That's fine. We appreciate it nonetheless. But as a bit of an introduction, a proper introduction, my name is Lara, and that is my brother Garel. We are traveling mercenaries. We seek pleasure, fights, and gold. Well, standard as it really was, but we just couldn't stay home anymore. There was nothing left for us, so we came out here. And thank the gods we did, because Lord Soraxis, all of those previous bows, completely sarcastic. This one is a proper bow. She kind of gives you like a very light bow before coming back up.
I'll kind of return it. You both are. Well, I assume if you fight anything like him, that both of you are well trained.
I'm better than he is. No, she's not.
Oh, look at me.
Hmm. He can't argue. But, as you had said before, Lord Soraxis, you were looking for someone? I'd be happy to help. You've provided us more than ample payment.
Yes, if you have, I assume that you did, or else he wouldn't have offered. But I kind of look at the tavern, kind of look at everyone else, and just say,
Darcy, who's now probably actively smoking now.
I'm going to take that as that we will not be leaving here until tomorrow. So,
I know the owner of the establishment. I'll even get you a room for free, just for fun. She kind of walks inside. She comes back out like maybe 30, 40 seconds later. Got you a room for free. There's not a lot of travelers this time of year. It's cold. It's bitter. It's not fun. Most people go by boat. Come in. She kind of gestures towards the interior of the hall. The interior of the tavern itself. You guys
I'll
come in?
kind of move forward. I'll just say, where's young Zane and Tharus?
As we transition over to the other two who have just arrived at the base of the cliff, maybe like 10 minutes ago, comparatively to their timeline. As the two of you kind of arrive at the base of this cliff, you do see that there is almost like a path up to this almost this like flat platform, just maybe like 70, 80 feet up. It's not necessarily like an actual footpath that you can climb. It's more like a climbing path, as you can see that there's various kind of like almost handholds that you could probably jump up and use to get up to this platform. And if you had come from like there seems to be like a much longer route that would probably take you quite a while to walk, but it seems like there's probably another way to get up to the platform as well that doesn't require climbing.
Would the climbing be like super obvious, like anyone could see it?
The climbing, if you're like climbing up the cliff, it's actually a little bit overshadowed, and the only reason that Saros had actually been able to see this area and kind of like found this was because his perception was really good. Like the climbing alcove is actually hard to see, and it's almost like tucked away behind another cliff wall, so you could climb it without really being seen.
And this other route, how much longer does it look like it will take?
Give me a survival check.
Oh,
Probably no more than 15
God,
minutes.
whoops.
Probably no more than 15 minutes.
Okay, well, so Saros was it?
Yes.
How about you climb up there, and I'll take the route around, just so we can cover all the exits and cover more ground, maybe find more clues.
Saros, he points to the other route. Give me a survival check. Don't roll 1. Okay. You look at the other route. Like to climb up, it'll probably take you, if you're taking your time and trying to, take as much time as possible without falling. It'll probably take you like 10 minutes to get to the top. Mind you, it's like 70 feet, so it's like a harsh climb. It's not an easy climb by any means, and it requires a lot of strength. But glancing over at the other path that Zane said he was going to take, that thing is going to take like 2 hours to hike. Minimum. If not longer.
You sure about that? It's not a short trek.
I'm confident. I don't need some drow to tell me that. I believe my skills.
Holy hell.
Let them go together.
Well, it's
Excuse
time.
me?
It's time for Zane to get lost in the woods.
Do you... Well, I was going to ask if you have a problem with me, but obviously it seems you do.
You lot can't be trusted.
Holy hell, times
Okay.
2 on my thing there.
I'll meet you at the top then.
Yeah, sounds like a plan. We get there in one piece.
Yeah, you too.
That was the last we ever saw of Zane.
Okay, Zane.
Uh,
Sorry, go ahead.
no, I'm just gonna wait till he goes, and I'm gonna go back into find the others.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, Zane, as you begin to kind of walk off, you can hear a little bit of kind of movement from the other side. It can only really be assumed that he started climbing. But you realize very, very quickly that you've probably made a mistake as you are about 15 minutes into your walk, and you realize that you're not even at the beginning of the path yet.
All right, I will pick up the pace.
Jesus.
Okay.
He's doubling down.
Are you
I
sorry?
respect it.
You are a rogue, right?
Yes.
And you can go 90 feet around. Is your base movement 30? is it 40?
Yes.
Okay.
30.
30, 90, 2 hours probably gets turned into 40 minutes if you're really trying.
Jesus.
Yes, he will be really trying.
Okay, give me a con save.
I think I have
I'm waiting
advantage.
for another rhino to show up.
No, wait, advantage does not apply because it's not a spell or whatever.
Nope.
For Warcaster, okay.
Not in this case. Okay, you know what? The DC was a 10 to keep going for the first pace of the journey. I need another con save.
Also, I'm just gonna post this here because I couldn't find the GIF until now. But this was what I imagined Thraxus was like in that very first round. If you know the video, you know.
Fucking great.
Hi, Ray William Johnson. I have no idea what the fuck he's doing right now.
I can't say that meme.
Zane, you make it all the way to the top with honestly, like, time to spare. You get up there in 45 minutes flat. There is no one else up here, 1, and 2, you are horribly out of breath. Like, you stand up here to what appears to be the remnants of, like, a small campsite that someone probably didn't clean up all that correctly. And that's all that you could see kind of, like, through the blurriness of the tears in your eyes as you're, like, struggling for breath. But you made it. Only 40 minutes, too. 45 minutes, sorry.
Looks like I made it up here before the drow. And you, I was right.
The rest
Fucking
of
drow
you...
can't be trusted.
The rest of you back in the town square have... Well, most of you are actually in the tavern now as Saros. You kind of approach the square. You see that there is a pool of blood in the middle of the square, and it kind of like drags into the tavern. That's it. That's all you see. You don't see it.
Yeah, I'm going to definitely assume that was my group and follow the group.
Yeah. As you kind of push the doors open of the actual tavern itself, you do see that your group is currently sitting with what appears to be the 2 half-orcs. One of them is lying on like 4 different chairs lined up in a row, and he's got like this big ass fucking chest wound that he's currently got covered with a variety of bandages and stuff. While the female one is currently Lara is currently like kind of just like having a discussion with your companions. Syraxis also looks like he's not doing great because he's got a bunch of cuts and kind of bruises and stuff that you see Reggie currently like bandaging a lot of stuff on his arms and stuff as well.
God, Sora, what did you do?
Oh, Thoros,
He fought a half orc.
Did you win? Of course you
I kind of like motion over to
Yeah,
the guys who's laying there.
You can see him on the other side, just like, I'm great. That was awesome. Still hurt.
I should specify it was all in good fun and faith.
Yes.
They had information, you know, and that we agreed to a duel, if you will, where if I won, we well, you know, the information is ours. I don't know what would have happened if I lost, but you know,
To be honest,
Well, it's you
you
didn't.
probably would have gotten the information anyways, because you did actually fight well. If you didn't fight well, meh, you wouldn't have gotten anything from us.
well, good to know. But yes, a shame you missed it. But I kind of like look at him and look past. Where's our masked friend?
He is dead.
Oh.
So,
I do like a
What?
double take. What?
See, you also
What
see
happened?
like Lara look over. Did you kill him?
no, he's not dead. That I know
Oh.
of. He is not very welcoming to me. So
What do you mean?
It's
he
probably because he's a drow.
they'd be right.
We know the
Not
feel.
I kinda I kind of like stop midway through my drink and I just slowly set the tankard down.
I mean, we know the
What?
feel.
What did he say?
He told me I was untrustworthy, couldn't accomplish what needs to be done, so I sent him on his way, and
That
I'm here.
is bold coming from someone who looks like a serial killer.
The tankard I'm holding, as like Syraxis hears this, he just crushes it.
Reggie looks at you. He looks at the tankard. Sir Syraxis, I don't think I can fix that.
I can. Just a second. And Darcy will take it and just very slowly cast mending.
Yeah, it like slowly unfolds on itself, but you can see that Syraxis like crushed it into like almost a circular ball shape. That thing was fucked.
I have mending. I'll help.
Thank you.
After like a moment, he kind of lets out a very long sigh and just goes, "Well, I take it that that he's up there somewhere."
Yeah, we spotted a sort of cliff that could be of note. He said he could get there in 15 minutes and took the path that was definitely not 15 minutes.
Well, you know, I feel like I tried to be welcoming to him despite the vibe, as the kids say nowadays, that he gave off. But I suppose that there was something more to him that I didn't quite catch on to, but good to know, I suppose. Well, I'll kind of just look down and just kind of slide a drink over and say, I assumed that you would be back eventually, so, you know, I had them order you this. We were kind of letting our new half-orc friend here recover before actually getting into the information that they might have.
Good timing then. And I turned to them and I, sorry, I didn't get your names.
I'm Lara. You see the female half-orc kind of introduce herself. She has a great sword strapped to her back, this really high-strung kind of like black ponytail, with the rest of her head shaved, small tusks, super muscular, probably wearing significantly less than she should be. The guy,
Whoa.
bald head, lots of tattoos, both of them. Also half-orc, also probably wearing significantly less than he should be, considering he basically fought Syraxis in what is the equivalent of like what even is that? It's like he had like a petticoat on. He had a petticoat on and like shorts. It is like 6 degrees outside.
Nice.
Bro fought him in basically a schoolboy's uniform.
I respect it.
Nice.
If he were a bird, if he were a bird, he'd practically be Angus Young.
I was just thinking, I was like, for some reason, I was thinking of like Shrek's outfit, but I was like, Shrek's outfit without the linen shirt is basically what he's wearing. Except it's shorts and not pants. But yeah. That's
Same
it.
color.
Basically the same
Oh,
color
geez,
scheme.
Angus, you have not aged well, my man.
But yeah, he's just kind of like lying there, and you can see like this blood bandages and everything.
He could have aged worse.
And that is my brother Garel. Hello. Sorry, in a lot of pain.
Would you like me to carve you a pipe? This thing actually works quite well for pain. So I've
He
heard.
kind of looks over. Is that pipe weed?
That it is.
Yes, please.
Yeah, just use this one for now. I can make a new one.
He takes
Many
it.
pounds
starts
does
smoking.
Smoke have?
Never really made pipes before. It's fun. It's an
Um,
interesting experience.
Sorry, could you repeat that?
How many pounds did you take, Robert?
I took like half a pound.
Okay.
Like,
Well,
honestly, half a pound, dried and kind of actually put into use, being smoked, like half a pound is gonna last you. It's still gonna last you like weeks.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna use this stuff like purely like to fall asleep for the most part.
It'll be
Like,
good.
this ain't gonna. This is gonna last me months.
But yeah, you can see that he starts smoking on it. He's like, "Oh, it's nice.
It's good stuff. Never had it before.
It's nice." He
Oh yes.
he starts snoring like 30 seconds later.
Oh, look at him go.
Honestly, I should have thought of this. I should have thought of this months ago.
But yes. So as mentioned, we're looking for someone who we assume probably rolled on through here. I'd assume maybe no more than like a day or two ago.
What,
Probably would have had. Oh, carry on.
what was the reasoning you were looking for? Because if you're giving me a reasoning or an appearance, it'd make it a lot easier.
So we don't exactly know what they look like, but we know that. Oh, what?
That's my finger again.
But we know
So
that
Yeah.
that they would have been carrying or dragging along a decent amount of equipment or items that they had procured,
Mhm.
and a large amount too, not like, a simple adventuring bag.
Jake, could I do like a history to remember the footprint? Like, and based off that, could I have guessed? Based off the size of the shoe, like if it was smaller.
I will allow you to make 2 checks in a row. I will say that you will have to succeed on your history check, and you will have to succeed on either a medicine or a nature check as well to get that information.
Jeez.
Go
I
for
said
it.
like at the first one.
Okay, you do succeed. You do remember enough about the shoe prints, the size of them, how they were kind of worn and everything, but unfortunately, you aren't truly able to tell anything more than what their feet size was, and the likelihood was that it was probably someone with decently large feet, because they were probably Canadian size, like 11, size 12. You don't know if it
Okay,
was a
must
man,
have
you don't
been-
know if it was a woman, you don't know what they were carrying or anything else like that.
I remember that they must have been pretty tall. They had big feet. Although halflings also have big feet.
Uh-huh. How big are we talking?
I like stretch my hands out.
He kind of takes a look, ponders for a moment. There was 2 suspicious figures, people who didn't actually come into the town and didn't say hello to the tavern. One, I think, was camped at where your friend companion, acquaintance, distant acquaintance is going at this moment.
Something like that.
A veteran party member.
Do you know if that's where they were heading was up that way, or that they just
It was where they
stayed
stopped
there?
because I don't think they liked us very much in the city because we are within this small hamlet because we were nosy. We asked questions, and they had seen that with the previous set that had come through, and they probably didn't want to be seen. However, they were not very good at hiding, so they went up to the cliff, spent some time there, spent the night, and then they moved on. We didn't get a
Do you
good
know
look
which way?
at who they were, but we did get a good look. They were heading west. Away from here, away from Gamin. And I'm going to be honest, from there, we don't know. They could have headed north towards Heart Lake. They could have headed south towards the Lake of Greens. They could have headed directly west into the Umberlands, for all we know. Because we are too far, I wouldn't be able to tell you.
Okay.
But there was a second very suspicious individual that came through here. This one was... How do I even describe them? It was a short human, maybe no more than 5'2". And I knew he was human because not enough beard to be a dwarf and far too small feet, as you were saying, to be a halfling. But he carried this air of arrogance around him. And he said something about dragons. But aside from that, there wasn't too much else to remember about him.
Did he give a name at all?
No. He did not disclose anything more than what I've already told you.
Which way did he go?
He also headed west into the Umberlands. I'd love to be able to tell you more, but I'm sorry. We were hired to stand guard here for this tavern owner, at the very least until the end of Novilia.
Well, that's still helpful. You said he was speaking of dragons. That would somewhat check out. Do you think that he had any connection to the first two people, or that, they just...
The first two people, sorry?
Or the people that...
Oh, the first
Or
person.
no, he's talking about,
Yeah, she's only said two people. One was the weird short dragon mentioning guy, and the other person was like a figure that she didn't really get a good look at because they camped out on plateau above, and then they kind of left the day after.
Gotcha. For whatever reason in my mind, I thought you were saying that there was the two that camped out, and this random third guy rolled up in here, but that makes more sense.
No. It was just one guy that camped out. Yeah.
Interesting. So, very small man, and then someone much larger. Did they have anything on them at all? Outside of, traveling attire?
A few traveling bits of gear, a bag of holding. I think he had the short sword.
Holding.
That's...
Well, the bag of holding is where he could put the dragon bones.
You're looking for dragon bones.
Oh.
You need to stop speaking.
I just slowly look over at him.
Satsa looks away.
I just kind of let out a long sigh again. Well, I guess that's known now.
Don't worry. No one else to speak this to. Plus, we're not tattletales. Information is bought. And if you strictly tell us not to share it, we have no reason to.
Do we have to beat you up for that too?
No. But if you want to, she kind of steps up and you see her about to draw her greatsword. You're more than welcome to.
Oh, yeah, well, I would love to, but I'm I'm not that.
You're always talking about adventure. Why don't you give this a shot? It's a new adventure.
Oh,
She's
Not
got this
adventure.
great big smile on her face. Come on, it'll be fun. Don't worry, I won't hurt you too much.
okay, how about just a spar? Light spar. I'm not the most physical person.
She kind of looks at you.
He's very new to all this.
I can tell. You can still smell the green on him.
But yes,
That might be the peanut butter.
so
peanut
we
butter?
have. Yeah, it's a whole thing. So we have a little manlet that is that came through here, and then I'm gonna call him for the moment codename Tyler One. He rolled through here,
Dude.
and then someone else was with him, and they went west. Which again, not a lot of this checks out.
No one was with the short man. They were both traveling alone. It was but they
Oh,
were
gotcha.
separate instances. The suspicious
Gotcha.
man that I had mentioned in the first one, he was, or she. I'm going to be honest, I don't know. They were traveling towards the west, and they seemed to be in a hurry, but they came through here about 2 weeks ago. The
Okay.
shorter man came through here about 4 days ago.
Gotcha.
Question. It was the short man that had the bag of holding, yeah.
Yep.
And how long ago did he pass through?
About 4 days ago. Which
Would check out. We've
Would-
been on the road for like what, 2 days, two or
which
3
would
days.
link up. Yep.
Because he got like, we can assume he got like a day ahead of us.
That's not good.
Yeah, so that means he's much further along than what we initially thought. But
One can only hope he would run afoul of wildlife.
that one, you said he went which direction from here?
West. He left
But-
outside of Gamian, followed the trail, continued westwards. But it is still unknown where he could have gone, because once you leave here, you can make a turn
There's a lot of west.
There's a lot of west.
Yes.
We are
Since-
pretty much as
since
east
he's-
as it gets.
Since he's been here, have there been many other travelers heading that way at all?
I'm going to be honest, there's been 3 people total, and they were 3 people who were ostentatious merchants who kept talking about going to Free Reach. How they wouldn't shut up. Genuinely, I think I learned more from them than I ever wanted to.
Is
And I
something
assume
going on in Free Reach?
Sorry, could you repeat that?
Is something going on in Free Reach?
No, they were saying that how they were going to make a big sale. How they had these incredible jewels that they had found when they were traveling. I don't know.
Huh.
It showed me one
Sounds
of
more
them,
like
and
it.
I'm going to be honest. It kind of did not look like a jewel.
What did it look like?
A stone.
Ugh.
I don't know what kind of delusion he had, but you know.
The only thing I could think of is if it was some sort of beard, but those still need to be cracked open and processed. Not my
Maybe.
expertise.
Well, I don't think we're looking for
As
those
Darcy
merchants.
finishes the final touches on his new pipe.
I don't think we'd be looking for those merchants. You didn't lose anything, Darcy, that was like stones or gems or anything.
Like I said, not my trade. And we
Yeah,
recovered
so-
all of my goods.
That's what I assumed. I just didn't know if, maybe when you took inventory there was something skimmed off the top, but I suppose that the merchants here are irrelevant. But if they're heading to Free Reach, then surely that means that they would have began to go more north. So, assuming they didn't follow the exact path
Well,
as our little.
Here's the thing that you know. Out of Gamin, there's only one path until you reach about like here. That's where it splits between north and south.
Yeah, gotcha. I mean, I assume that the manlet here is either going into the Umberlands like an absolute fool.
Or he's going to Fort Dragonhearth.
Well,
That's if he was traveling north. If he was traveling south,
Yeah.
there's another path that he can follow along the Lake of Greens towards Gramsby.
Oh, sure.
yeah, which out of character, I assume he's either going hard west into the Umberlands because of reasons that I and Thraxus would know, or he's going more southwest, also for the same reasons. But both of those would make sense given we know who he's connected to, presumably.
Hmm.
If he went to Fort Dragonhearth and we had to go up there, that'd be a funny crossover episode. But
Regardless, you're not really in a state to travel right now, Syraxis, and
yes, I
Zane,
assume.
Zane is being left to his lonesome for the best, quite frankly.
I would say hopefully, he'll make his way back, but I mean, given his comments, I not too sure anymore. I mean, look, I can't say I know the struggles of Drow kind, but I can at least confirm and attest that I have had to deal with similar scenarios, being a Dragonborn and all.
There's a reason I don't much like cities and towns.
With
Oh,
that
yeah,
sort
no,
of treatment, one can hardly blame you, even if if some would almost certainly consider you a stellar representative of your people.
Yes, no, I understand. I at least have the benefit that, Dragonborn are usually much taller than anyone who would be saying something like that, so it has its benefits, but mildly annoying. I let that man into my home. Oh, whatever. But regardless, yes, I suppose that this information, it's been really helpful. I know it may seem like it is vague and not too useful for travelers such as ourselves, but knowing a general description, at least, of what they look like. Do you know any facial features at all, or no?
Are you asking this to Lara?
Yeah, because I assume that she is the one. Whichever one of the two we're talking about.
The other one is fucking unconscious. He was like
yeah, true.
snoring on the
I forgot
benches.
he got put into the blunt rotation. He's out.
Yeah, he's fucking gone, bro. You can just hear this loud snoring coming from the table beside you. That's it. She kind of thinks for a moment. Like I said, no beard, relatively short hair, cropped near the top. I think it was some sort of golden or brownish.
Interesting.
Ugly man, I'm going to be honest.
Well, that's certainly helpful.
Early 50s, something like that. He had this strangeness about him, and I could have sworn that one of his eyes almost had looked like a lizard's eye. Like the slit up and down, you know?
Huh. Interesting.
But that was a thing that I kind of glanced by. When I looked at it again, it looked like just normal blue eyes.
I was hoping it was true blue reptilian and not draconic. I can't imagine that would be a sign of good things.
Could be. I mean, again, would somewhat check out, I suppose, but
Terrifying to hear. Understandable.
Oh no, it's the stuff of nightmares. I can only imagine. Thank the gods. Hopefully I never have to interact with it. I'm a bloody
but I mean, knowing that at least we somewhat know vaguely who or what we're dealing with. But yes, thank you. This has been very helpful. Certainly much more than what we had coming here originally.
And of course,
Yes.
I'm glad I could
Yeah.
help. And honestly, when we are done our rotation here, end of Novilia, 13 days from now, and if you need us anywhere, we are open for business. You kind of, for the first time, really acknowledge that there is a barman behind the counter. It's like an old, like half-elf. He kind of looks up. You know, I was intending on keeping you here after your contract was over. Only if there's no other... No, sorry. Only if there's no other work. I'd like to keep my establishment safe. You can find other ones. Like I said,
Well, I may
before.
be technically a lord, but when it comes to that sort of business, I kind of lean in. You'll have to deal with my wife.
You know, I did say that as a joke at the beginning. You don't have to play into it.
No, I'm being serious. You don't want me handling business affairs.
Oh,
She said,
That sounds.
she- Lady Rosewood is much more capable of such matters than he is.
okay, fair enough. There's brains to every operation.
She doesn't even trust him with his own coin purse.
Hey, now listen here. Turn around.
The only jingling I've heard from you is your armor.
I just like raise a hand up to like say something, and I just slowly put it back down. I'm allowed like 4 checks at any given time. I'll have you know.
For
Just
purchase.
purchases. Well, whenever I write a check, there is a confirmation that goes through to her, and just to confirm that it is
Yes.
valid.
Your checks are practically sending scrolls, then asking for permission.
I just stare at him.
Interesting. Well, you know, I like wearing colors too. Don't worry. But yeah, if you need us, 13 days free.
I'll keep it in mind. Given how well your brother fought, you've already done a lot of the legwork for convincing me, at least in that regards. So
Excellent. You hear that, guy?
if you can put me in a state, if you can put me in a state like this, I assume that you are well versed in this sort of profession.
Yeah. You kind of glance, both of you kind of glance over at Gurel, and you can see that he is somehow fallen onto the ground, is now face first against the floorboards, and is just snoring into the floorboards. And the floorboard that he's snoring into is like slightly loose, so you could just hear every time he snores. It's very fun.
Well,
Well then,
He'll be fine.
here's hoping my first sleep on this stuff will be as restful as that. That'll be nice.
Hopefully. But do you want to pass me the pipe? I wouldn't mind to go.
Sure.
Fiona takes a puff. Woo! That's nice. Wait, did you just peek this? Like a day or two ago? This is really fresh.
Yeah, found it the other day.
Oh, no wonder he's out. This is so strong. Oh,
it's not been processed like that stuff that cities have.
sorry, you'll have to give me a moment. You see, she like coughs and starts walking away, probably to the porta potty or something. But leaving you
Darcy,
guys
who's had-
to your own.
Darcy has had like a bowl of this stuff now. It's like hasn't
Yeah, Darcy, give me
his
a
body
con
has not
save.
reacted at all somehow.
Give me a con
Not
save,
until
Darcy.
now, anyway. Yeah, not until now.
Is it edible?
Oh, okay. Honestly, you're not doing too bad. Like you could feel this numbness kind of spreading throughout your body. It's honestly very pleasant. It almost feels like a very strong painkiller.
Darcy, the king of first experiences.
Yeah, and you can definitely feel like there's some sort like all of your limbs are a little numb. Your stomach feels like you're pretty hungry, and there's like a bit of dryness to the back of your throat, to say the very least. Your mind feels a little bit more muddled than it usually is. Even with the exhaustion on, you can tell that it's like probably a little bit more than you're used to, even with how tired you currently are. But like honestly, you feel like you could just collapse here and probably sleep like a good 12 hours. But the day is getting to a close as it actually would the sun would set pretty soon. But
Yeah,
are you
Darcy's
guys
just gonna, we have a room.
you do have a
where
room.
Darcy's just gonna go up and pass out since we are not leaving today.
Yeah, entirely fair. Do you guys leave Zane up on the platform on his own?
That's
It's
up to
like
him
wait
if
for
he
Zane to come
comes
back.
down.
I mean, yeah.
So Eclipse is saying yes, Celesto is saying yes, and Darcy is saying yes.
Just staying
Let
here.
the racists figure it out for themselves.
Well,
I think-
Saros and Soraxis?
I think the least Eclipse will do, by the way, is probably just like maybe wait outside the inn and look at the direction of the cliff that he went to,
Mm-hmm.
and that's about it.
Anybody do anything else other than Eclipse? Saros,
Um,
Soraxis?
Yeah, I'm gonna go back out and try to find him.
I mean,
if Saros goes, I'll join him.
so Eclipse, Saros, that's
If it wasn't for the fact that a half orc
was
was like well, yeah, was like about 2 inches away from doming me.
I mean, he did pretty good, But yeah, as you guys kind of
Yeah,
like
he did.
wander off,
I think Presto will join only because like he wants to join the group because he's feeling like
get left
you know
out.
that feeling where like yeah when you're left out.
I mean,
technically
part of the
speaking,
group
you're
is
more
staying
welcome
at
than
the
Zane is
inn.
right now.
Yeah, like you can see that Soraxis and Darcy have both retired to the rooms. Like both of them are just kind of like nursing wounds, taking care of
Well,
themselves.
I'm still in like the actual like bar like drinking.
Okay. Yeah. Then you would have Reggie kind of like recommending you to go back to the room and all that stuff. Even if you don't listen to him, he's still trying to be helpful. But Darcy does retire to the room. But Celeste, you're gonna go along with Eclipse and Saros to go look for Zane?
Yeah, the most Darcy takes with him is a meal from the tavern.
Yeah,
That's available.
the half elf bartender does definitely make some meals on demand, but it takes him a little bit.
Yeah,
so.
I'll probably eat like whatever he has.
The meals will not be covered, so you will have to pay 2 silver each for the meals. But
Oh, that's fine. I'll pay him like 6 silver for food.
oh, okay.
I have exact.
I'm a very big boy.
He's a
I
very
will-
big boy.
I'm just gonna knock out the amount of silver that I have and give him 1 as a tip.
He just kind of looks at this small pile of silver he's got in front of him now. He's like, thanks. You really didn't have to, but I appreciate that.
I can respect and have sympathy for a small business owner. It wasn't very long ago that I started out my own thing, and well, it's always nice to have a business owner, no matter the motivation. It's always nice to have someone tip,
I appreciate that. I will include some extra ham in yours. And your friends'. Because, well, generous as you are.
Excellent. Oh, ham sounds fantastic right now.
Yeah, and you guys get like not necessarily like a breakfast, but you get like a small soup, some honestly rather fresh bread. Like it feels like it's probably baked like a day or two ago, so it's not like hard, but it's not. But it's still like pretty
It's
soft
not
on the
peak
inside.
freshness. It's not like
Yeah.
fresh out of the oven.
Yeah, exactly. But it's served with a soup that's relatively decent. It's like a tomato and basil soup, and you get like some pretty chunky slices of ham beside it. Yeah. The three of you, as you guys kind of exit the tavern itself to kind of glance in the direction of the cliff, give me a perception check.
Boy.
Oh.
Nice.
Oh.
Yeah, that's it.
Celesto, you don't even know where the cliff is. You're glancing in the general direction, but you're like, you can't really see this platform that, you know, Saros had pointed out previous. Saros and Eclipse, the two of you find the platform very easily, and you can very easily see a extremely out of breath Zane currently like leaning against the wall on the side of the cliff, just going like it looks like he has just arrived up there. It's probably been about 40 minutes.
He's alive.
Good to know. I'm gonna wait for him.
Saros sounds so disappointed.
Where's the rhino when you really need one?
A rhino comes crashing down out of the sky. No, I'm kidding.
You don't want to walk up or say anything? You just want to wait here? Because we don't know how long he's going to be up there for. He looks real out of breath.
Well, I'll wait as long as I feel like. He comes down, he comes down. But I do want to make sure that he is safe.
Alrighty, well, I'll wait here too, I guess, just in case.
Oh yeah, me too.
Do you even see him?
Yeah, he's over there, and I point like way off.
Celeste, why don't you go back to the inn?
Oh no, I'm an adventurer.
This
To make sure my
must have
party
been
member's safe.
adventure right now.
It's okay, buddy. We'll let you do it this time. You can leave. No judgment.
Yeah, you'll be fine, man.
Okay, I guess he'll go spar with what's her face?
Lara?
Lara, yeah.
Oh my god.
Are you sure you want to do this?
Yeah, but like,
Are
not
you
like
doing
a fight,
fisticuffs, or are you doing like?
like teach me how to fight better type?
Oh, okay. She definitely
Not
can,
like
because she does have
not
quite
like
a lot of
teach me how
skills.
to-
She's not an
Okay.
expert level swordsman, but she is. Oh god, I can't remember what levels I put in for the training.
So, is she teaching you how to do swords? Because you're mainly fifth.
Yeah, fist. I'm not
She's
use sword.
not a very good puncher. She uses a
Oh,
great
crap.
sword.
Yeah.
Okay, but like, okay, teach me how to like fight, as in like move my legs and,
I hate to tell you,
block
Kay, but fighting with a sword and fighting with fist, movement-wise, are very different.
Yeah,
Like
but
she
it
can
is basically-
help you with fundamentals.
Yeah, like fundamentals.
Were you ever taught fundamentals?
He
Lester?
was taught he was taught fundamentals. It's
No.
just-
That's not like a joke question. I'm actually genuinely asking.
He was taught fundamentals, but like that's it. Like that.
How long
was it.
ago?
Okay. If you ask her, give me just a general charisma check.
Oh boy.
Like, you,
Oh,
Oh
Okay.
my god.
Oh, there you
Okay.
go.
I was gonna say, you guys already have like a pretty decent amount of favor just from like what Syraxis has done. So she was gonna help you nonetheless, but she was gonna roast the shit out of you if you did badly. But honestly,
Just like the cat boy look. Okay.
with this charisma check, it's not that she's like slick cat boy looks. She's like actually genuinely trying to be helpful. Because at some point she realizes, oh, this poor boy didn't get taught anything but like the basics of fundamentals. It's a little bit out of pity, but it's also a little bit because you're like, you know, nice and like a decent person to train. Like you're relatively easy to train as well. But she kind of runs you through some of the movements. So I will say for the purposes of this, that for your next martial training, you will get 1, double progress, and 2, you will have advantage on rolling it.
Does he get a new love interest too?
No.
Are you sure that Nat 20 Charisma Catboy looks?
Roll me a
It was for
check
charisma,
again.
not Riz. Now here's where the 1 kicks in.
The answer is no.
If it
Okay.
was another 20, would you have said yes?
She would have thought
Then,
about it.
like a crush, like a slight crush.
Oh. Oh no.
I mean, you know, you do you. But so you guys said you guys are just waiting for Zane to come down?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
he's up there, right? And we're not. So he's up on the cliff thing. I just
Yeah.
want to make sure that he's safe and there's no one gonna like jump him. Yeah.
As
then
of
you-
this
Feel safe.
moment, he is alive, out of breath, and just leaning against the side of the cliff.
Sure, you don't want to move him up even like a little bit more, because I have a feeling if he gets jumped, we're not going to be able to do anything from over here.
Sure. But let's not take the way he took.
Well, I mean, obviously. I mean, to be fair, it might not take me that long, but, you know.
Yeah. There's another way. Are you good at climbing?
I've climbed before. Mountains, not so much, though.
Okay, me too. Let's see how we do.
Right. You guys take the short walk to just beneath the cliff. Give me an athletics check.
Oh, no.
I will tell you right now, the DC is not incredibly high.
Yeah, what is that DC, Jake?
It is 10.
I
But-
don't know if I'll make it.
You will need to make a
What's the
Constitution
56?
saving throw halfway through, and then you will have to make another athletics check for the last portion because it's
Oh,
essentially separated into 2
Jesus.
portions because it's such a long climb.
I'm guidance myself. I'm gonna guidance
for it.
myself.
Mhm.
What was that? Athletics?
Yep, athletics first, and then a con save, and then another athletics. Ooh.
Okay, I don't make it even
Well-
with the guidance. It's a -1 as well.
Yeah.
Alright,
Cyrus goes
well,
first. Eclipse, you watch as he gets maybe like 10 feet up before he's like, nope, jumps back down. As he can't hold on properly or something happens. You're not entirely sure. Oh, okay.
I made it!
You get about halfway up. There's like a short portion where you can like sit and just kind of rest for a little bit and catch your breath. Give me a con save.
What is this
Sure
weirdo world where I have higher
Ooh.
athletics than someone?
You are actually fine.
I'm not.
You are able
I'm
to
not
proceed.
strength.
You
I am dead.
will not have disadvantage on your athletics check to get to the top. Roll me
Big.
another athletics check. The DC is still 10.
Okay.
Okay, just watch him go up, I guess.
Oh boy.
Yeah,
Oh, let's go.
Oh,
0 issues. Within, like, Saros, you're just kind of watching and you count how long it goes. It takes, like, maybe 6-7 minutes for him to get all the way to the top. But, like, at that point, Eclipse, you just look over the side. You see Zane just kind of still leaning there, still a little bit out of breath. But Zane, you also do spot the top of Eclipse's head as he kind of like pops up over the top. And you realize you saw him in the town square like 6 or 7 minutes ago.
Real quick question. How high up is it? Like, how many feet
It's
approximately?
about 80-90 feet up.
Okay. If that were the case, could I have kind of like helped out Saros if it looked like he was gonna climb up again, and just like halfway through dropped out a rope that I could help him up with, and then again at the top kind of thing?
Yeah, certainly.
Okay, cool. Yeah, if that's
Saros.
the case, I would have done that if Saros looked like he was gonna try again or
If you-
not.
Yeah, if you wanted to try again, you have advantage on both sections of it. You will still have to make the con save in the middle, but the advantage would turn to flat if you were to make another attempt.
Okay, I want to do something. I want to can I make it like almost to the top but not go up? I kind of just want to hang back for a little bit.
Like
Sure.
the halfway through kind of thing?
Yeah. If I can even make it up that far.
Yeah,
Let's
you can. Well, let's see. Give me an athletics check. You have advantage. There's shift for advantage. Hey!
Let's go!
Hey!
You make it up to the halfway point with honestly relatively little issue. Having the rope to kind of stabilize you, and just like having the help of someone else just in the process, it makes it a lot easier.
Yeah, I think if that's the case, before I even, I guess, went up more, I'd be like, all right, well, I'm gonna head on up. You want me to toss down another rope, or are you good here?
I'll see how it goes, and yeah, I'll listen in. I may or may not
Yeah,
make it okay.
good, because I got a couple of questions for him now, and then I climb on up.
Just
Mhm.
prepare. I'm gonna do something if it gets out of hand.
Okay. But yeah, Eclipse, you make it to the top of the cliff. You kind of pull yourself up, relatively little issues. It's a little bit of a struggle. Like you are a little bit out of breath as you get up to the top, but nowhere near to the level that you had seen Zane be at a couple minutes ago.
Ooh, well, that was a climb. You don't look so great there, Zane. What's up?
I I took the long way to
Uh-huh.
to look for extra clues.
You took the long way to look for extra clues, or because you didn't want to listen to our friend that was down there?
Look, I
I'm looking. I go ahead. I'm looking.
I've been through a lot. Been through a lot with her kind and the other
His
pointy
kind.
ears.
Ours is a he. That's my understanding.
It's kind.
Okay. You've been through a lot with his kind, but you haven't been through a lot with him, yeah?
I suppose, but
Listen, man, I don't exactly know your whole damage, nor am I gonna sit here and ask you to divulge everything to me, because I get the feeling you wouldn't anyway. But if this is gonna work, this whole thing, you, me, him, Dragon, Syraxis, boy, Darcy, Peanut Butter Man, if this is all gonna work, we all gotta at least trust each other. To an extent.
Peanut butter man.
I see
Can we change the
Zidane.
Discord tag, please? Peanut butter man.
I
well,
was about to say he just dropped like 3 of them: the Dragon Boy, Peanut Butter Man.
Wait, why is his Asian driver?
Oh,
Because he kept hitting us with the cart in repo.
yeah.
It genuinely Kay has a way of moving that thing around that is genuinely terrifying.
I was about to say it's oddly concerning.
I turn left now.
Yeah.
Good luck, everyone else.
Literally cave though. He'll be walking into a room and he'll come up from behind, not stop, and just run into you. And you're just like, God damn it, Kay.
Luckily, it hasn't gotten any of us killed yet. I don't think. I don't remember. It's been a while.
But regardless, you gotta at least trust us a little bit. Or else what's going to happen is we're going to be on the battlefield at some point in time, and you're going to be dying out, and unfortunately, nobody's going to want to help you.
I suppose you're right. I should should put a little more trust. I just got a bit flustered when I got it wrong, and that that Sorrows person corrected me. So
Well, that then sounds like you got a little bit of a pride problem, which I can understand, but honestly, the first way to solve all that.
It's not pride, I assure you. It's
just because of what he is.
It's complicated.
Uh-huh. Well, as a start at the very least, you can try apologizing. Now it's up to him whether he accepts that or not, but it shows that you're willing to do something.
At this point, I will. All the way.
Can I just give him some money and call it a day?
That's not how that works.
Hey, Saros, make me your second athletics check.
Oh no. Do
I hear them coming up? Can I throw down a rope again?
You know what? Sure.
I'm decently perceptive.
Sure. I'll say sure.
I think I hear Saros start to climb, and I'm like, all right, give me 1 second.
It's so fucking funny. You just hear,
help. Please help.
I'll throw down a rope.
Yeah, you kind of run over with the rope, and Cyrus is about like halfway up, but with your help, he manages to make it all the way up to the top with, not too much of an issue, just kind of climbing over. And Zane, you can see his figure kind of like appear out of the path that you guys that you had just seen Eclipse come out of.
Oh, you're here too.
I am.
Can I just go quiet?
Look, I'm sorry for whatever history you have with my people. I know our reputation. All too well. And just know I'm not here to hurt you. I'm here to help you. Or team. Seems like it. So.
Kind of just turns around. He's like turns around and is not facing you. I suppose I should apologize as well. I got a bit flustered, you see. You were correct about the correct path, and that just set me off. As you can tell, I don't get along too well with your people. But as Eclipse had said, it's important for us to trust each other.
Indeed.
And I apologize for that.
I accept your apology, and we'll move past this.
Yep. Now that's a start.
Now, would you like to go back to town and not have it take however long it took you to get up here?
Well, should probably at least search this place first for all the effort I put in.
We
Yeah,
did learn
I mean-
that there was it one person that was camped up here?
Yep.
Yeah. They learned someone camped up here, so it's worth a
We
worth
might
a
as
look.
well give it a little bit of a look ourselves, though.
All right. Give me a little bit of an investigation, y'all.
I'm good at this.
Oh,
26.
hard.
Damn.
Not bad.
Well, unfortunately, Eclipse finds the least. But as you guys are kind of all,
I'm perceptive, not investigative. All right.
this is true. As you guys are kind of taking a look through and just trying to fine comb the various different details that you find up here, you find a few things. You find the remnants of what appears to be like a sandwich, basically just the crust of really, really dried bread. Like that, this bread has probably been here for weeks. The remnants of what appears to be like scraped together campsite where someone probably very low and slow had a small fire where they kind of like were doing some cooking and whatnot. But honestly, aside from that, Eclipse, you don't find too much. Saros, you find what appears to be like like these strange markings on the stone cliff. There's like a little bit of like this dust and things on the actual floor of the stone cliff, and you can see that there's like displacements of what appears to be almost like claws. If anything, it kind of reminds you of, give me a nature check. Zane, you can make this too. Okay, that's pretty good. The apologies sync them up, but basically the two of you realize very quickly that this mark that you see kind of appears to be like a dragon's footprint, but significantly smaller. Like a person-shaped dragon. But you know that Syraxis's feet do not look like this. Like, he has claws on his feet, but they don't look as draconic as these feet do. In any sort of estimation, it was probably some sort of like maybe a half dragon or a drake or something that was smaller, almost like human sized, or at the very least humanoid in nature. In addition, Zane, you find one other thing. You find what appears to be a chipped tooth. Though it is much too large to be a normal human's tooth, and honestly, for a brief moment, it looks very similar to Syraxis's fangs, but larger.
So, what do you make of this chipped tooth I found here, along with this footprint?
You found something?
Yeah, this. Look at the ground over here, and look at this tooth.
Hmm. Well, that's definitely not good, that's for sure.
What kind of person or creature would fit this description?
Well, definitely something draconic in nature, yeah. Obviously, it's not exactly like Autumn. I'll just kind of take Autumn out of the backpack that they've been in for a while. Just kind of like place them on the footprint.
Mm-hmm.
It's also not exactly like Syraxis.
Is Autumn's foot, being smaller than this footprint itself, regardless, have the same shape as this footprint?
Honestly, yeah, for the most part. The claw placement is slightly different. As if like the claw placement that's on the ground was made for like a humanoid. Like they would be standing on their two hind legs kind of claw print. While Autumn's is very similar, but of course, hers is like to the point where it doesn't need to be standing on all like two legs, because four limbs and all.
Yeah. Well, I can tell you for certain, looking at this, it's definitely not a Drake. They use all 4 usually, and this is just 2, so it's got to be some kind of, I don't know, definitely draconic half dragon thing.
Maybe Syraxis would know more.
I mean, it is a little interesting. The person we were talking to did say that they saw something like a draconic eye out of one of the guys that walked by,
That was
or
the
I guess
later
lizard like.
Yeah, and
Yeah, no, I know.
Okay, cool. I'm just making sure.
It definitely wasn't obviously like the same guy, but it begs to question if another person like him is chasing him, or something of the sort.
Well, other than that, I feel like this is information that you already found out.
Well, you've definitely confirmed certain things that we didn't know already. We definitely didn't know the person that stayed here was draconic.
And looks like we missed them by a week or so, judging by that crusty sandwich.
Yeah, the only question is where they went after. How this little platform, how wide of a view does it have, just kind of everything
Honestly,
out?
it's
I
a
guess
pretty
like
good view.
this way.
It's a pretty good view.
Okay, cool.
You can actually see pretty far. As of your current
So-
position, you can almost see Fort Dragonhearth.
So I know this probably isn't going to give me anything because they definitely have made it to their destination, whatever it was.
Mhm.
But I'd like to just kind of stand in here, take out my spyglass, and just kind of see what I can see in the distance.
Okay, you know what?
We'll find something at the very least.
Yeah, right?
I will give you an attempt. Give me a perception check. Because
guide
you
him?
have the spyglass, I will say that you could make this at advantage.
Hell yeah.
With guidance?
What were? Oh hell yeah! Let's go.
Okay.
Shift.
The DC is still
perception.
going to be real
Eh.
hard.
That's rough. That's for sure rough.
That is
Oh,
But
real rough.
regardless- Oh, and it's a
Oh,
one.
no.
Oh.
No.
Oh, damn. Damn shame.
Unfortunately, as you kind of just look out across the open plains, you try and find out if there's any sort of indication, any sort of path, any sort of visage that could potentially impose any sort of thing to you.
Ah,
Nothing. Like, you spot all sorts of different animals, wildlife, things here, there. You spot trees. You spot a path. You even spot other people traveling on these paths, but none of them are
do I
familiar.
use?
Like, you see the 3 merchants, and they're heading north, and they're arguing, you think, with one another. But it's at this distance, it's like almost impossible to tell.
One of them's about to beat the other one with one of their jewels.
Contemplating
Do it.
if through all of this, if I use the inspiration
Do you want to?
to find out where to go. You know what, Jake? I'm gonna use the heroic inspiration to make that
Hey,
roll
that's what I like to hear.
Okay.
far better than it was.
I need to go find something. Give me a moment.
I figure out of every roll, this might be an important one.
You use your heroic inspiration to progress the story. I use my heroic inspiration to beat the brakes off of a half orc. We are not the same.
So I've got it written down that 3 people have used it for so far. Is that correct? Me, Andy, and then someone else.
It's me. I use it to save everyone in
You.
the
Right.
Yep.
Whatever that thing was.
Big
And
hill.
then no one else has used it
The
yet.
elemental fight.
Okay, cool. Just wanted to make sure I've got my numbers correct.
Yeah, because I think there was like twice that I was gonna use it. Once was in
Yeah.
the elemental fight, and then Tharos clutched it, and I was gonna do it in the Rhino fight to like perhaps maybe save the shit.
Oh, you are so lucky. This is technically the only reason this is within range is because
Is
this
because
planet.
of the spyglass?
No, it's because
Oh.
this planet has a curvature that is different to Earth.
I'm not gonna say it's flat.
No.
Well,
entirely
you
not
see, that's
flat.
because
It's
this is
entirely not flat
fantasy.
first they can prove it.
Yeah, this is because this is a fantasy world, so naturally the world is spherical. In real life, however, it is flat.
No,
Carry
we're
on.
not
True.
doing
This
this.
is true.
No.
This is true. You spot something which is so strange because it is so far away that you should not be able to spot anything at this distance. But you do. Oh my god, that's not what I meant to drag. You, from where you currently are, spot in this small town of Gramsby what appears to be a fire. Or a smoke plume, or some sort of smoke that is just erupting recently. That's it. You don't see anything else. You know that something is happening in Gramsby, and there's a very high likelihood that there is some sort of fire in that vicinity. And then as you keep looking and you kind of like focus for a brief moment, all of a sudden you feel this chill kind of go down your spine. As you think someone or something noticed you looking at them in Gramsby.
God.
Oh no! Oh no! That's
You immediately
terrifying.
put down the spyglass. There's this like shiver down your spine. The other two, you watch as he kind of looks towards the direction of Gramsby. He narrows his like he furrows his brow, and you can see he kind of stands stock still for a solid like 15-20 seconds before he puts the spyglass down and is just covered in a cold sweat almost immediately.
I imagine it's kind of like when cats get startled and it just puffed.
The tail is definitely
his
puffed.
hair is standing on him.
Does he have a tail?
Yeah.
Okay, that's a fun. That tail is like 3 times the size it was now.
Yep.
Yeah, it is.
Yep.
My ears are probably standing perfectly up.
What'd you see?
What happened? You look like you saw something.
Well, I took a little bit of a look in our general vicinity to see if I couldn't see anything. Gramsby is, well, there's a fire there from something
Like-
big enough that I could see it from here, so it's probably pretty big.
You don't think the town's on fire, do you?
I think the town might be on fire, and I definitely think that even from the distance that we are at now, something knows I saw it.
From here?
That's impossible.
here.
We're like a week away from Gramsby.
Yeah, exactly.
Just on judge of general distance, assuming you have normal marches, here to Gramsby is approximately 5 days. 5 days worth in just normal travel is probably, given like a normal person's stamina, allows you to travel about 30 kilometers a day. It's like 150 kilometers away.
You can see that?
That
Like I said, this planet's curvature is like the actual. I did the math for it. The curvature, the distance you can see into the horizon is about 120 kilometers. Where on Earth, or at the height that you were at, which is about 70 or 80 feet up, you could probably see it
Yeah.
at about 120 kilometers. Ground Zero is like 150 kilometers away, so I gave it to you. But like on Earth, it's only like 30 kilometers. I think it's something like that. But yeah.
So this world is like bigger.
Yeah. It has approximately 3 times the circumference.
Wow.
So yeah.
That's unsettling.
I don't think there's much we can do about that blaze. It would take us forever to get there. Do you think we should make haste first thing in the morning?
I mean, I hate to say it, but I think we know they went west, and I think that might be the west they went.
All right, I think we should get down and let everyone know. Potentially prepare to leave as soon as possible tomorrow.
Yeah, for sure.
And as you guys begin to retire towards the actual tavern itself, that is where we'll call the session.